ties that thread and tangle tight. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway. Persona non grata carried far away. When walls talk back and windows cry, boundaries drawn under heavy skies. In the space between the set and scene lies a story that cuts unclean. Hold the ties that thread and tangle tight. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway. Persona non grata carried far away. Persona non grata carried far away.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight, indeed. Welcome back to the program, folks. You're often calling me Casfata. Well, today I'm the leprechaun from Ireland. That pot at the end of the rainbow. Welcome back to the program. It is Monday, March 17th, 2025, St. Patrick's Day. The day we hail St. Patrick, the man who chased the snakes out of Ireland, or so the story goes, but the man who helped keep Christianity, brought Christianity to the Emerald Isle. Welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to see you once again. Let's get to it. There's a question about the astronauts. I don't have the arrival time. When do the astronauts return home? There we go. Do we have a time on that? Looking. Okay. Let's see. Looking, it's supposed to be Tuesday evening. Yeah, not sure what time. It hadn't been set yet, so don't know. Still Tuesday evening. So if we find out, we'll cover that if it's in the evening. Should be interesting. All right, folks, welcome back to the program. There's some super chats come up there. Let me just get to those very quickly before we get into the news here. Excuse me. So first, Che Myberg became a member. Thank you for your membership, Che. Appreciate that. Gerhard Janssen von Heinsburg, 35 rands. Oscar Papa, 35 rands. I'm an ILS paramedic firefighter with code 11 and PRDP. I don't know, paradropping? What's that? And Britiana and Jaden. Well, thank you for the 40 rand, Britiana. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. So 3 super chats. Yeah. Oscar Papa and Britiani and Jaden, thank you so much for those, guys. Appreciate that. Right, let's get to it. Thought we'd have a little fun with that fan funding. Oh, there's another one. AI Creatives. Hello, good morning. Sent you an email this morning. Yeah, you did, and you and 3,000 other people. So why do you think I'm a little tardy starting, folks? I'm trying to answer email and coordinate things. I got people asking for contact numbers to someone else. I don't give anyone's contact information out, and no one should ever give anyone's contact information out with the person permission. So I had to reach out to a few people to get permission to share their numbers with someone else who asked me for it. So busy doing all of that this morning. Right. All right. Not going to be able to go back and start all the chats. So greetings to everybody. There's, Rion Nell with 350 Rand. There's a super chat. Thank you for that, Rion. 350 Rand super chat. Thank you. James Duvall says, heard a wise man say, are you a journalist? Where did you get your training? Soviet Moscow? Exactly right. Chris Bolton. That raised a question. I'm going to raise that. Thank you for that super chat. 99, Chris Bolton. Thank you for that. Dear sir, thank you for caring about people in South Africa. You devote your time and helping South Africans information you share. And my reward is a fantastic audience of great supporters and those, wow, who want a super chat. Dude, wow, look at us coming in here. So Chris Bolton, thank you. And then El Marie with 35. My reward is all that and infamy and attacks by racist and black supremacists and white leftist liberals who don't have cognitive thinking ability, who automatically assume things based on someone's appearance. Yeah, I've done more to help people on this planet than most of these slimes who attack me will ever even know. It's comical to see them attack me, and they have no idea. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. It's pathetic. But thank you. Thank you for that, Len Crow. I'm 29. I've been looking for a better job for the past 8 years and haven't been successful due to the circumstances. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah. Oh, we hit 59,000 subscribers. Thank you for that. Wow. Let's see if we can get to 60,000. It's been a slow climb in March. March has been very slow. It's kind of funny to say March has been very slow when you've gained 9,000 subscribers in 17 days. But I got spoiled last month when we gained 30,000 one month. So at this rate, we get 18,000. We'd still fall short unless something happens. Do you know you've got a green hat on? Alan, I've got a green hat on? No, I didn't know that, man. Thanks. Thanks for telling me that. I appreciate that. So we got 7 out of the 20 on the goal there. You have to hit a certain threshold to get that goal. Love your St. Patrick's Day gear. Thank you so much, Moon Dancer. Yep. So anyway, what was I saying? There's a couple things. 2 things. So one, about that journalist. That journalist posted a fake Truth Social post in which Trump said stupid things. Someone was trying to be funny, and they posted it as if it was real, making no effort. That's why I'm very circumspect when people send me stuff. Like yesterday, was it Adrian Voss, who was shot 6 times on his farm in the southwest side of Johannesburg, and people sent that to me. They sent me pictures. They don't tell me where the hell it's at. They don't tell me when it's from. They don't tell me, oh, it's another farm attack. Well, thank you for another farm attack, but I'm not social media glitterati. I don't just forward everything I see. So I need to know a little bit of information, the provenance of that. Where did you get that photograph from? Where did this happen? When did it happen? Who's involved? How do you know it? What source is this? That's critically important information, folks. Otherwise your credibility comes at risk. So we all make mistakes from time to time, and some things prove to be false. That's why a lot of times, like with the whole thing with Naledi Pandor in America trying to talk to the Trump administration, I said, News 24 reported, or was it News Story? Newsroom Africa reported this. Because they reported. I didn't claim it was true. I'm just relaying what was in the news. I said, if true, it's a dumb idea. She's the last person you want here. So I can do analysis on things that I can't confirm in that case. But so apparently somebody who may be affiliated with the Amerikaners, the group that I interviewed, a lovely lady from yesterday, reposted an old video about a land invasion. It took place like 8 years ago, and posted, see, land invasions are starting. Folks, you got to stop that. Okay, to be fair to that person, that's not a group of journalists, researchers, academics, or journalists who are posting this stuff. But you have to understand that anytime you post anything that lacks any credibility, it simply gives fuel to the leftist lying crowd who can then use it against you. So I offer a word of caution when reposting stuff if you don't know the provenance of it, or you aren't aware of it personally, or it has not been reported in the media. If it's been reported in the media and the media get it wrong, go ahead and reshare it. That makes the media look as stupid as they are, and that's fine. No problem with that. But you put your reputation at risk when you simply emotionally push things around. So I don't do that. So again, the problem with my channel is that they scour it, they watch it, they have their interns watching the channel, they take snippets, they put it together, they try to distort and mislead because that's what they are. They're propagandists and slime balls. But there's nothing on here that's ever been said or been done that's harmed anyone intentionally. Now, we have attacked people, of course. Public figures are open to criticism. That is the nature of being a public figure. So anyway, NT 30 those. Thank you. Caught me off guard again. Nick NT. I don't know what that is again. I'm going to have to look that one up. Currency code NT. Let me see what that is. Now I'm curious. It's not a Thai bot. Okay. TB is okay. CUNT. NT currency. Oh, it's Taiwan. New Taiwan. It's a new Taiwan dollar. Ha ha. Okay. That makes sense. So that's the bottom line here, folks. Just got to be careful. Your credibility is always important when you talk about things. So, farm attack took place. Yes, thank you, Hugo Besson. I know that now, but people sent me that information right before I went live yesterday, and I had to run that down. I had to run that information down. It wasn't easy to do. So, many old posts being circulated. Yeah, well, yeah, it goes both ways. People claiming Johannesburg is clean. Yeah, that's why it's important. You'll notice that one reason why that clock sits there for the date to be seen. Now, that can be altered. Someone can make a video, and but between the metadata on the video and that clock, that proves when these events take place. So, it's that's why I have the clock there. It's not simply for me to refer to and you to see that it's 20 degrees Celsius in my studio on the 17th of March, 2025, and that it's a Monday. That's not the only reason it's there. It's there, so there's some evidence of it. Yeah, but you'll notice they always crop in. They always do this. They come in like this when they steal your content, and they just come in your face, and then like this, and they mess with it. They're just evil people out there. And the problem is that these are people with an agenda to harm others, and that's the problem. That's why we have to call them out. We have to call out the people who are seeking to harm others. No, Kobus, see, and this Kobus Sten, Wenmari did not just say that farm attacks are not true. That's not what happened. What Wenmari said specifically was something along, every day some idiot puts another horrible farm attack on here. What the problem that Wenmari is saying here, every day there's a clown here that reports a horrible farm attack. What I infer from that, which I think you should infer from that, is that there are people who are Cassandras who are misreporting things, and it's like the boy who cried wolf. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Eventually, God bless it, feels like I get tags on this thing. And eventually people get tired of hearing that boy cry wolf when there's no wolf. Then the wolf comes and people are devoured and nobody's there to protect them. I think that's the point that Wenmari was trying to make. If I'm wrong, Wenmari, and if you were doing something else, then please correct me. But that's my inference from it. Okay, Wenmari says that's the point. That was my so that's what I infer from it. Guys, don't bicker with each other. There was no basis for bickering there. Patrick gave a 14-rand super chat. Thank you for that, Patrick. Happy Irish Day. Well, it's Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's not Irish Day, but thank you. Farmer, Westonia Farm. Yep, got it. I covered that already. It's okay. Does Trump really see some Afrikaners rejecting his offer as a slap in the face? Saw it on the news as usual. I don't know where you saw that, Jean-Pierre Maire. I refer you to Trump's statements. What has Trump done? He posted a Truth Social about bad things happening in South Africa. He spoke on the tarmac at Andrews Air Force Base when he came back, when they caught him after filing his executive order, which talked about the discrimination against minority South Africans. Specifically in executive order, it says that countless government policies designed to dismantle equal opportunity in employment, education, and business, and hateful rhetoric and government actions fueling disproportionate violence. And then he talks about who he wants to give this to: Afrikaners in South Africa who are victims of unjust racial discrimination. No mention of farmers, no mention of farm attacks, no mention of farm murders. Then a month later, he followed up with this social media post on Truth, which does talk about farmers, but it's a social media post. Does it say anything about anybody from South Africa rejecting the offer? No, it doesn't. So whatever you're reading, unless somebody has a source that's willing to go on the record, it's all bullshit. It's speculation and fairy tales. So the only speculation I have is that Donald Trump has bigger fish to fry. South Africa does not matter. You need to get over yourselves and stop thinking you're the most important priority in the world, because you're not. You are not. I'm not important. You're not important. Get over it. I can live with the fact that I'm not important and nobody's considering me to be president of the world. That's the reality. You got to deal with it. So just wait till your turn comes, and your turn shall come. All right. I don't know about that report. Please tell me where you found that report. I haven't seen it. Whoever said it, unless they're speculating, unless they clearly say this is their opinion or they believe in their analysis, then they're just lying to you, because God bless it. Take this damn shirt off and be naked here in a minute. Unless they have information to support that, it's just speculation. And they can speculate, but they need to be honest. They need to be honest about it. Hey, Philip Engelbrecht, how you going there? Nick, thank you for well, I guess 35 Rand does hit the threshold because we're up to 8 super chats. Wow. More and more concerned that they will attack before we get a chance to move. Hatred of the outliers is insane. Well, I will tell you this. If there are coordinated attacks on minorities in South Africa, I'm pretty confident Trump will do something to intervene. Yep. I'm pretty sure he will. There's no need for alarm. Everything's coming up. We live in an utopian paradise, says Sean. The ANC with an auto pen. I thought they had an auto pen. Cyril Ramaphosa, he doesn't think about what he signs. He just signs it. All right, so let's get to the news, folks. Any more news on the pardons? That's what I'm getting to, Pierre Orban. So that's the first story, the breaking news story, which came out overnight while I was live, and we covered that last night. Breaking news out of the United States, and we're going to talk this and extensively about Mr. Persona non grata. We'll be talking about former Ambassador Ibrahim Rasool here shortly. Yeah, so let's get to the news. First off, last night, Donald Trump issued a Truth Social post, which was absolutely groundbreaking, shocking in its content, in which he said that the auto pen of Joe Biden negates the pardons that Biden gave, because Biden didn't give the pardons. Wow. Excuse me, folks. That could very well be the case. This Trump tweet came out last night, laying the groundwork for taking the pardon away. So Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger at this point, thank you, Elizabeth Kruger, for the 35 Rand super chat. They, at this point, ought to be seeking a country with non-extradition back to the United States, because they will likely face the full wrath of a genuine Justice Department that prosecutes crimes and not fictitious January 6th claims. So I would recommend to Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger that they find a non-extradition country somewhere in the Caribbean. Maybe they could go hang out, on St. Marie, death in paradise. That could be their next destination. But they should find themselves a safe harbor, because they will soon find themselves in leg irons facing criminal charges for what happened. Now, will that come to pass? We don't know. But this is what Donald Trump had to say last night, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what he had to say. That's the story. The pardons that Sleepy Joe Biden gave to the unselect committee of political thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and of no further force or effect. Now, folks, this is unprecedented. The presidential pardon for federal crimes is sacrosanct. To my knowledge, it's never been challenged in a court. No one's ever challenged the right of a president to issue a pardon. However, the argument here is that Biden didn't issue the pardons. They were done by auto pen, by sycophants around him, and Joe Biden was completely unaware of them. And there's a legitimate case here. There is a legitimate case here, and we shall see. I think this will go to court, and I think that for the first time in history, Biden's pardons will be dismissed, because they'll be declared null and void because Biden didn't issue them. We're not questioning the principle of pardon. The left will come at this and say, well, Trump is trying to undermine the Constitution. It's sacrosanct. You cannot wear a T-shirt with a tag in it. They're going to say that you can't do this. You can't challenge this. And they're right. You can't challenge the sanctity of the presidential pardon. But that's not what's being challenged here. The legitimacy of the pardon. Did the president actually issue the pardon is the question here. And that is where this will go on a legal basis. Yes, Biden didn't sign them. An auto pen signed them. Biden wasn't even aware of it. He didn't know what day it was. This was criminal activity on the part of people in the White House. This is what the Trump administration is going to say. And I believe the Supreme Court, if it gets there, will uphold this null and void action. Now, the Justice Department is probably the one who has to say it's null and void. Maybe not, or federal judge, maybe not Trump. But wow. So the necessary pardoning documents were not explained to or approved by Biden. He knew nothing about them, and the people that he did may have committed a crime. Therefore, those on the unselect committee who destroyed and deleted all evidence obtained during their 2-year witch hunt of me and many other innocent people should fully understand that they are subject to investigation at the highest level. The fact is, they were probably responsible for the documents that were signed on their behalf without the knowledge or consent of the worst president in the history of our country, crooked Joe Biden. Now, this will be lied about in the media. Another assault on democracy. This is a imperial president out of control. No such thing. The imperial president was Joe Biden. The illegal activity was the fake signing of pardons for people who not committed a crime or had not been charged with a crime. This is the abuse of the law. This was the abuse of democracy, and Trump is trying to restore democracy. Now, I suspect if I were a court, I would say that the president does not have the authority to negate his predecessor's pardons. However, there is a legal basis here to challenge these pardons because they were not signed with the knowledge or by the president of the United States. Therefore, they're null and void. Only the president can give a pardon, not his staff. That will be the legal basis for this to be overturned. And it will be the first time in history that this happens. This is shocking to say the very least, folks. We will see what happens. I think the last pardon that Joe Biden gave that was legitimate is he pardoned the Thanksgiving turkey. He actually knew he was doing that because he's another turkey. Yeah, so there you go, folks. That's what's going to happen there. I pretty much guarantee you that's what's going to happen in this situation. But they're going to lose their mind. The left is going to claim, Europeans, oh my gosh, the tyrant in chief again. There's no tyrant here. This is trying to return to the rule of law. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. So, back to the news. President in a social media post asserts that Biden's pardons were void, vacant, and of no further force of effect. President Trump questioned the validity of pardons granted by President Joe Biden before he left office, signaling that the new administration could move to investigate those given legal immunity by his predecessor. Any move to investigate or prosecute individuals pardoned by Biden would mark a significant escalation in Trump's defiance of longstanding legal norms. It comes after the Trump administration said over the weekend that it had deported alleged Venezuelan gang members under a centuries-old wartime law, despite a court order that temporarily blocked it from doing so. So, first off, it's not challenging legal norms. There's no norm being challenged here. I've just told you the legal argument. We're not challenging the pardons or the president's ability to pardon. We're challenging the actual pardons themselves because they were illegitimate. That is what the president's going to say. That's what the legal team, the Solicitor General is going to tell you. That's what the administration and the Department of Justice are going to say because that is the legal case here. Not questioning whether the president has the ability to pardon and not overthrowing a legitimate pardon. No one's questioning the pardon of the Thanksgiving turkey. That was legitimate. Joe was awake. He was alive. We saw him do it. But we didn't see him sign any of these pardons. They were signed by an auto pen, and this is all bullshit. So it is not, ladies and gentlemen, it is not challenging legal norms. This is the captured, corrupt Wall Street Journal, a once prestigious, neutral publication that was center-right in its reporting and focused on reporting economic news. Now it is a mouthpiece for the global world order, the World Economic Forum, the Soros, the leftist crowd, the Jeff Bezos lunatics of the world. These losers have compromised their objectivity. That is not even remotely objective. That's so stupid. The norm is not being challenged. Trump is not challenging the right of a president to pardon someone. He's challenging the pardons themselves. That is not challenging a norm. That's never been done because we've never seen a corrupt president like we saw in Joe Biden. Turning our attention to South Africa and the diplomatic row between South Africa and the United States. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not being blue ticked. Cyril Ramaphosa tries to get hip with the youngsters. He's trying to be Gen X. Look at this. Look at it. Of course, that Paisley shirt's from the 1970s there, Cyril. I'm sorry, but it's not quite a Madiba shirt there. But Ramaphosa says Pretoria is not being ignored by Washington. We're not being blue-ticked. We are engaging. A blue-ticking means, as I understand it, used by young people, that we are being ignored. We are not being ignored. Well, Ronaldo ignores me. I don't get blue ticks from Ronaldo, so I know blue ticks were a long time ago. South Africa's telling me I posted a link to a video from today. I have no idea what video you're talking about, and I'm also doing the news right now, so it's hard for me to keep up with the chat over there. Yes. All right. So we are continuing to engage with them, and as is now, a great deal of progress has been made by our ambassador in straightening out the path to ensure that there's a meaningful engagement at the thematic level. So this is a hiccup. It's a hiccup. We're working and straightening out. Cyril says that persona non grata has been solving things. Do you really think, given the sentiment of Ibrahim Rasool, who considers Donald Trump the leader of the Grand Wizard, the Ku Klux Klan, and a white supremacist and calls America racist, calls us all racist, that we have a good relationship with Ibrahim Rasool and that he made progress in Washington? Cyril, stop lying to people. You made no progress. You've gone backwards in retrograde motion. You've gone the wrong direction, Cyril. Stop lying to the public. This guy is the waffler in chief. He will tell you anything that he thinks will get you off his back. Tell the truth. Your relationship with Washington, D.C. is on the rocks. Actually, I just realized this, folks. We got to fix this. Hang on. Your relationship with Washington, D.C. is on the rocks. And why is it on the rocks? It's on the rocks because you're asshat of an ambassador. And you sat there with full knowledge of that he's an asshat. There we go. Now we got a green microphone for St. Patrick's Day. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So we are not being blue-ticked. We cannot be blue-ticked because we are such an important player to the United States of America. Oh, my goodness. Look, folks. Look, I love South Africa. I love South Africans. But, dude, don't try to gaslight us. An important player to the United States. Let's see. You fall below Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger in the rank of things. Trust me there. An important player to the United States. Dude, you are so not reading the room. Unbelievable. Wow. Now, the problem, Tomahawk, is he's playing to a South African audience, but he's doing it on a world stage. This is not smart. I explained that situation with Brownie Samakai in Liberia, how astute he was politically, domestically. He got it. He knew how to maneuver. And the squirrel knows how to do that in South Africa. But you're not in the domestic audience. You're talking to a global audience here, and people aren't stupid. Unbelievable. Okay, what give me a chance here? What did Ronell say? Now I got to know what's going on here. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, please keep the questions. Yeah, if you want me to answer questions, you're going to have to wait till I get done the news, folks. Otherwise, I turn the chat off and they don't get chat. All right, so I can't do three things at once. I'm very talented, but not that talented. I'm not good at Twister. Used to play, what's that game? You know, red, left hand red, right leg yellow, you know. Twister, I think it was called. Anyway, wow, we are such an important player. Not just such an important player. He puts emphasis. We are such an important player to the United States of America as they are an important player to South Africa from a political point of view, from a trade point of view, and from a whole number of points of view. So we're not blue tickable. We cannot be ignored. Oh, dude, you can't be ignored. You are being ignored. You are being ignored. Persona non grata. That's going to be South Africa if you keep it up, Cyril. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Persona non grata. Well, Ramaphosa says that the relations with the United States are improving. If only. Look, Cyril, Brother, let me help you out. Stop sending mamparas to D.C. Stop sending mamparas to D.C. You know what? Not a fan, not an opponent, but I'll tell you a voice of reason who could repair this bridge right now. Do you want to know who it is? And nobody has said it. You ready for this, ladies? No, it's not Helen Zilla. It's not Helen Zilla. No. She's a leftist, is lost. You ready? Tony Leon. Send Tony Leon to Washington, D.C. He may be left of center, but he's a reasonable person. Tony Leon. There you go. But he says we're improving the relationship. It's a priority. It's a priority, really? Is that like gender-based violence is a priority? Well, we see how that goes in South Africa every time the ANC latches onto it. The French press agency says South Africa considers improving its relationship with the United States a priority. Tensions between the two countries boiled over Friday when Ibrahim Rasool was declared persona non grata. Persona non grata. From bad to worse, the Washington Times reporting on this Ibrahim Rasool nonsense. Envoy's expulsion highlights a sharp slide in South Africa's relations with the U.S. Well, Cyril says we have great relations. Somebody's wrong. In a sweepstakes for the country whose relationship with the United States has been disrupted since Trump returned to office, Ukraine, Canada, Panama may be the early front runners, but don't sleep on South Africa. In a twist, few predicted Pretoria's relations with the new Trump administration have plummeted, despite or perhaps because of the fact that several close advisors of the new president have roots, deep ties to South Africa, including billionaire advisor Elon Musk. That's not why. The weekend expulsion of Pretoria's ambassador to Washington was just the latest and most dramatic sign of soured relations coming to time when South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa had been anxiously seeking ways to reestablish a bond with the White House. I'll tell you what, Cyril. I am a consultant. I am a political consultant. If you'd like to hire me, and I'll tell you what, I'll do it for cost, okay? No charge, Cyril Ramaphosa. If you hire me and give me a letter designating me to be an official envoy for negotiating on behalf of the South African government, I will go to Washington and I will solve this problem and kumbaya, it'll all get better. How's that? You just got to pay for my flights back and forth, my hotel, that's it, my transport. I'm not asking for any money or a stipend. I'll do it out of the goodness of my heart, but I'm not going to take money out of my pocket to go on a fool's errand. Ramaphosa is confident that South Africa will get over this bumpy patch. Will outlive this current bumpy patch. Yeah, okay, buddy. He believes the historic relationship between the two countries will outlive the current bumpy patch. Our commitment to maintaining mutually beneficial relations with the strategic context of our bilateral, diplomatic, and trade relationship remains unwavering. Really, that's your commitment to unwavering relations. You committed to working with the United States. You believe that what you're doing is in the interest of South Africa and it doesn't harm U.S. relations. Do you really honestly believe that? Come on, Cyril. I mean, you're just spewing nonsense, brother. This is just nonsense. I mean, we've gone through this so many times, the egregious offenses. I'm just giving a small sampling, a little taste of all the things that South Africa's done that harms the USA. I mean, seriously, Cyril. Well, first off, let's talk about what's at stake here, okay? For some users who are new to the program, who haven't been here, don't watch my videos, let's just get to some of the egregious offenses, all right? I'm just going to mention a small smattering of things, mostly recent ones, okay? So let's just go with this. First off, this is what's at stake for South Africa, and this is a small portion of it. This is without even sanctions. This is what Cyril is risking. You ready for this? South Africa's support for South Africa's needs in the G20, the IMF, and the World Bank, and other fora. The South African government has approached the World Bank for a $1.5 billion loan. That is not going to happen. The U.S. is the largest shareholder in the World Bank. We will put the kibosh on that if you piss us off. An annual at least $20 billion in USA-South Africa trade, which represents nearly 5% of South Africa's gross domestic product. Can you survive an economy losing 5% of your GDP overnight? No, you cannot. We are the second largest trading partner with South Africa, and you have a surplus with us. So you benefit immensely from it, not just creating jobs in South Africa, but you bring more hard currency in your country than goes out. The relationship with China is the inverse. China has anyways, we're not even getting into that. Duty-free access to the U.S. market via AGOA is a $3 billion a year in exports, which have no duty on them, give you an artificial advantage over other suppliers, particularly Europeans. The United States buys $430 million a year in South African minerals. That's 4% of your mineral exports. Can your mining industry, which is already crippled by black economic empowerment, suffer any further loss? Your gold is so deep and so expensive to mine. Your platinum is the only thing of any value you have to offer the world at the moment. 4% of your mining exports. Can you afford to lose that? And between 2003 and 2025, the United States donated $8.1 billion for HIV. That is 170 billion rand. Can you afford to lose that? Well, apparently you can. And this year, the U.S. gifted South Africa $440 million, and you cannot afford it. This is what's at stake at a minimum. Never mind embargoes and sanctions and SWIFT and all that. On top of that, this is what South Africa's done acting against U.S. national interests. They imposed a 75% tariff on U.S. poultry imports in a brazen emotional response to the failure of South Africa's poultry market to adjust to international norms. They have abstained and refused to condemn Russia's invasion in March of 2022. Ramaphosa ran around the world screaming vaccine apartheid, slandering the United States, calling us racist because he failed to participate in the vaccine trials, which South African pharmaceutical company like Aspen could have done. They refused to do it, and therefore they sat on their fat asses and waited for us to develop vaccine and then cried because they weren't at the front of the queue while they joined the United Nations COVAX scam, which delivered virtually no vaccine to Africans. And they're cozy with designated terrorist group Hamas. In fact, Naledi Pandor called them to congratulate them on their terrorist attack on October 7th of 2023. They hosted the sanctioned Russian cargo ship, the Lady R, and ignored polite, discreet diplomatic requests for information about it. They conducted a naval exercise with Chinese communists and sanctioned Russia, Operation Mosi 2, 17th to 27th of February 2023, a full year after Russia engaged in an illegal attack against Ukraine. Their anti-American ties with Moscow, Beijing, and Havana actively undermine our interests. They're actively trying to undermine U.S. with the BRICS currency. Ramaphosa's populist attacks on Trump. I don't know what Donald Trump knows about South Africa, but he can keep us America. We will keep our South African. Remember that? They joined 83 other states attacking the United States over Trump sanctioning the International Criminal Court in February of this year. They refused to sign the Article 98 waiver for the Rome Statute 23 years ago, putting our military personnel in jeopardy and damaging our relations with South Africa. They have demanded that Taipei close its diplomatic mission. Taiwan is a close diplomatic friend of the United States. And they have violated the Vienna Convention by charging diplomatic aircraft fees, which is not allowed under the Vienna Convention. Diplomatic privileges occur free, no charge. They're a major base for money laundering and terror financing. That's the reason why they've been graylisted. They've authorized the United States sanctioned Russian military cargo airplane to land at the South African air base in Waterkloof during the conflict. They recruited former U.S. and NATO pilots to train People's Liberation Army Chinese Communist combat fighter pilots at the Test Flying Academy of South Africa. That is an egregious offense against our interests. And they participated in Chinese Communist Party-funded political training school in Tanzania to teach authoritarian ideology, all the while crying about how they're a democratic nation, while they send their cadres off to Tanzania to learn how to be good little communists. Yeah, I'm sorry. They've done nothing to harm our interests. No, there's nothing to see here. It's just Donald Trump being Orange Man bad. What a bunch of idiots. Well, Cyril, the relationship's on the rocks because your country's insulting. By the way, all of this blather, all of this, oh, we're so important to America, such an important... No, dude, here's the front page of the Wall Street Journal, one of the most influential publications in the world here in the United States, shamefully become shift to left. But check this out. This is what's in the Wall Street Journal today. Secret mortgage, blacklist. Trump lays groundwork for pardoning people. Trump wants to build houses on federal land. Trump with Putin. The unintended consequence of Trump's firing spree. Do you see anything on here about South Africa? Anything at all? Let's go to World News and see what the Wall Street Journal has there. Telegram, Ukraine, Europe, Bank of England, China, Yemen. Do you see anything to deal with South Africa? No. Cyril, read the newspapers to get a feel for how important South Africa is to the United States. Meanwhile, the expulsion of, now this is one part where the government of South Africa did get their act together. The expulsion of Ibrahim Rasool is regrettable, but decorum must be maintained. Yes. Yep. So he's been pushed out, but the South African government did have a decent response. So give them credit for that. Meanwhile, Musi Maimane hopes that Ramaphosa will visit the U.S. to fix the strained relations. Well, good luck with that. That would be very embarrassing for Cyril Ramaphosa to come to America and be rebuffed by the president. Oof. Now, I think Trump would meet with him. But how do you think that meeting in the Oval Office is going to go afterwards? So we're going to enact that a little bit here. So Cyril's over here and Donald's over here. So I want to welcome everybody here to the Oval Office. We have President Cyril Ramaphosa from South Africa. We're discussing concerns about what's happening to South Africa's population. And Mr. President, any words you'd like to say to the press? Yes, President Trump is misinformed. There are no farm murders in South Africa. There are no farmers being murdered. There are no white farmers being murdered. We're not expropriating land. We just passed a law because we had something to do on a weekend. I signed it. I had a pen. They put it in front of me. It's all it is. So, there are no farm murders. There is no confiscation. There are no racist laws in South Africa which exclude white people, colored people, or brown people from anything. No, ours is a land of milk and honey. Excuse me, Cheryl. 116, 142 laws. Oh, no. That's just Afri-Forum propaganda, right-wing racist. Okay, really? Oh yeah, Cyril Ramaphosa. Yeah, that will go. Can you imagine that? Oval Office, Trump and Ramaphosa. That will not go well for Ramaphosa. So Musi Maimani wants him to come to the States. Well, that's a good idea, Musi, but you better hope he doesn't get rebuffed. We need to be clear and deliberate about what our strategy with the U.S. is pertaining to trade, and it must be limited to that. Oh, no. Oh, you think you're going to come here and just... Musi, I don't mean to pick on you, guy. I've had a conversation with you. You seem like an articulate dude. But Musi, is your point, and it could be taken out of context because it's a quote in an article, God bless it, is your point, Musi, that you're going to send a delegation here and Ramaphosa come here and you're only going to talk about trade? Trade is on the rocks, not because of trade. We're not having an issue because we have a deficit in trade with South Africa. We'll live with that. That's fine. We give you duty-free access to the marketplace so you have democratic norms. That's what the issue is here. You don't have democratic norms. You run around the world claiming you're a great democracy and you're a paragon of moral virtues, and everything you do is completely the opposite of it. That's the issue, Missy. You're going to have to address the 142 racist laws. You're going to have to address the lack of priority for rural violence. You're going to have to address all of the efforts at destroying the social fabric of South Africa and the exclusion of people in the participation in the economy. I mean, look at Gabe McKenzie, who simply said, hey, wait a second. How come everyone going to Cuba is black? This isn't just a black country. We got colors, we got Indians, we got whites. And they lost their mind because he's always a racist. Why is he a racist? Because he wants a more inclusive. Isn't that what it's all about? Inclusivity? Well, at least, not even asking for quotas, but just put some white dude on there, some white lady, some brown lady, some Indian. Let's do it. And then he says, well, we're hiring people for office. And, he's a racist because he's only hiring Indians and whites and coloreds. Well, yeah, because none of them are in the office. They're all excluded. Good Lord. Anyway, so you're facing a big problem there, Musi Maimani. It's not simply trade. The U.S. is not going to give trade concessions to South Africa. Yeah, see, this is the problem. South African politicians think that America needs South Africa. That this is all about, well, we don't, they're reading Trump's actions with China, with Canada, with Mexico, with the European Union. They're seeing that the tariff says, that's what it's all about. Trump's all about trade. He's all about America first. Dude, you're missing the point entirely. Trump also cares about human rights. And human rights are the issue here. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Section 25 of the South African Constitution, are being violated. That's what this is all about. And you're lying about it. Not you, Musi, but the South African government lies about it every single day. Oh, no. There have been no confiscations. Of course not. The ink was still wet on the paper. It was still dripping off the paper when they said that. Trump never claimed that they're confiscating. He said land was being confiscated, not by the state, but by lunatics in Seshego, in Polokwane, up there in the north, in Limpopo, in Mpumalanga, and then down in East London. Seriously, it is being confiscated by land grabbers, and the government's doing nothing to stop it. In the past, they chased them off. Now they're not doing anything. So that's the bottom line there. Unbelievable. So, of course, the economic freedom fighters, the clown car show that wears red prison pajama suits to Parliament, they had to weigh in on this matter, and they vowed to block the white supremacist appointment. The EFF has opposed the potential appointment of Joel Pollak as U.S. ambassador to South Africa, labeling him a white supremacist. Ladies and gentlemen, Joel Pollak is an Ashkenazi Jew born in South Africa whose family moved to Canada, and then he moved to the States. Or did he go to Canada or come to States? Anyway, came to America, grew up here, American citizen. And it calls him a white supremacist. Yeah, EFF. Yeah, EFF emphasized that they will not allow a white supremacist to represent the U.S. in South Africa and will take all necessary steps to prevent Pollak's appointment. The EFF urged Ramaphosa to stand firm versus just any attempts to bully South Africa. No one's bullying you. Who we pick as our ambassador has no impact on you, you fools. Yeah, and then this is, let's see what they say here. Anyway, yeah, this is the EFF. Whatever. Nobody cares. So the Times Live, which is not exactly an objective outlet, ran a poll. And I don't really care for polls online, but let's take a look and see what it says. The U.S. has officially declared Ibrahim Rasool persona non grata, and he must leave within 72 hours. That is not true. Where do people keep getting his fake news? We've seen the dip note. He's got until, the 21st of March. That's not 72 hours. It's still not even 72 hours from now. And they published this thing today. They have just simply got it wrong. Yep. So People ask the poll, is his expulsion justified? 80% say yes. Well, there you go. 3% need more information. You need more information, then you're not paying attention to the news cycle, folks. South Africa insists that President Ramaphosa, save South Africa, insists he lacks the agility to... Yeah, well, I would agree. I would agree there, Mr. Maromo. You are correct in this one. Civil rights movement Save South Africa has pointed fingers at Ramaphosa, accusing him of lack of agility required to intervene timelessly, that's not even a word, and save the deteriorating relationship between Pretoria and Washington. Well, that's because he keeps promoting Mamparas to go to Washington. Stop sending Mamparas to Washington and you can fix things. Oh, this is all the news. I showed you the U.S. media. I could show you all of them, but it's not worth the time. Nobody's talking about South Africa. The Washington Times had an article about it. But the experts slam Ramaphosa's foreign policy stance. Ooh, yes. Well, this is an op-ed in the Times Live. I was surprised they published this. It's from Ernst van Zyl, the conscious clerical, regarding what's happening with the abuse of Africans. Afrikaners, I should say specifically. AfriForum spokesman Ernst van Zyl responds to a column by Tom Eaton. Let's get to the root of it. Is it money, making black people poorer, persecution kink? Yeah, that's the disgusting op-ed that was published by Tom Eaton in the Times Live. Ernst van Zyl says the following. The past month was characterized by relentless attacks on AfriForum and the Solidarity Movement. The crime that the two organizations are accused of, they dared to voice uncomfortable truths about the South African government. Many baseless allegations were flung at the two organizations. I will address them collectively by referring to Tom Eaton's recent piece because it contains almost all the most popular yet unsubstantiated smears leveled at AfriForum. Some commentators were flexing their apparent mind-reading muscles in a desperate attempt to attribute every cynical, selfish, or even evil motive imaginable to AfriForum's actions. From allegations that AfriForum hates the poor to claims that the organization is exploiting Afrikaner fears for money, Eaton's attack is rife with such falsehoods. Notably, the only organizations slandered in this dishonest manner are those that highlight issues that affect the white minority and Afrikaners in particular, such as farm murders. In contrast, NGOs that create awareness of gender-based violence are never accused of doing so for the money or lectured about fabricating a victimhood narrative. Their arguments are never scoffed at or lazily dismissed with such comments as the majority of victims of violence are men, you know. They are also not accused of spreading misinformation. It's now been more than a month since President Trump first posted about South Africa, and since that post, nobody's been able to provide a single shred of evidence to substantiate the claims that AfriForum is spreading misinformation about South Africa. Correct! Which is what I've been saying all along. In fact, I've reported just the opposite of that. Ironically, it's quite easy to provide examples of misinformation that are being spread about AfriForum. A perfect example is Eaton's false claim that AfriForum is demanding the U.S. impose sanctions on South Africa, which is total balderdash. AfriForum has never made such demands on any platform or in the White House. Our stance has always been crystal clear. Punish the politicians who are advancing and implementing destructive policies. Yep. It is, of course, much easier to attack a fabricated AfriForum stance than the actual truth. AfriForum is accused of perpetuating a narrative of white victimhood, as if it is impossible for the white minority to be victims of the real issues, discriminatory race laws, farm murders that often involve torture and often no theft, and chants that encourage the murder of farmers. It seems that President Ramaphosa also believes it's impossible for a person with a pale complexion to be a victim. This is evidenced by his claim on an international stage in 2018 with Bloomberg at the UN summit. There's no murdering of white farmers in South Africa. No nuance, just total shameless denialism. Actual misinformation by President Ramaphosa. Those who smear AfriForum rely on speculative fabrications of our end goal because it is impossible to critique AfriForum's repeatedly stated primary objective without critics revealing their personal prejudices. AfriForum's goal, straight from the horse's mouth, to ensure a safe, prosperous future for Afrikaners in South Africa, free from discrimination, threats to their private property, and chants advocating for their murder. For this goal, we are relentlessly attacked, lied about, and even investigated for high treason. However, as George Orwell observed, truth is treason in an empire of lies. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Well stated by the conscious clerical. Surprised at Times Live actually ran that. Well, the ANC is begging the South African Communist Party not to run for election next time. They've never run as a political party, but now they're going to do it. The ANC is making a last-ditch effort to convince its longtime ally, the Communists, not to contest the 2026 local government elections independently. ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula has been leading the charge, saying both sides must find each other and work together. Oh, they blame AfriForum for Rasul's expulsion. There's only one person responsible for, well, two. Cyril Ramaphosa is responsible because he sent a Mampara to D.C. That's number one. Number two, it's Rasul himself. In a public forum, he broke decorum of international relations, and he's paying the price. Meanwhile, nothing to see in South Africa. It's a land of milk and honey and leprechauns and pots of gold at the end of the rainbow, as we know. And so here's my pot of gold sitting right over here at the end of the rainbow, which started in Cape Town and landed right here in Pennsylvania. And I have a pot of gold. So my pot of gold says that, wow, another SASA scam. Imagine that. 1,000 fraud-related charges against SASA employees. Good Lord. 5 SASA officials face a collective 1,112 charges related to grant scheme fraud. A 6th employee surrendered authorities on Monday. They joined 4 other SASA officials arrested last month as the National Prosecuting Authority is closing the net on SASA fraud. Yep. The 5, Pumlele Mieza, 37, Paul Bones, 49, Kamotsue Irain Ledeboa, 49, Sifisile Pumile Dalamini, 30, and Pifwe Makuzumwe, 37, were arrested over the weekend and made their first appearance at the Lanasia Magistrates Court today. They were arrested initially on 54 counts of fraud. And they were visibly shocked when 1,112 additional charges were brought against them today. They concealed their identity with face masks and hoodies as they appeared in court. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. The net is closing on the fraudsters. There's your Doge in action for South Africa. No one will be left without their grant. SASA and Postbank will on migration of new black cards. Is that not racist? Is that not just a little racist? Why are they Svatcard? Why are they Svatcard? How about some Vitcard? You know, why are you getting black cards? The SASA yellow card stops working March 20th, but beneficiaries can still get their Postbank black card after the end of March. So you can still get a black card. I think that sounds racist, man. I think that sounds very racist. Why would you call a card black? Amid the looming deadline for social grant beneficiaries to replace their old SASA gold cards, SASA and Postbank gave an update on Monday about the progress of the process. Why do you need a card? Why do you need a SWAT card? Why do you need a SWAT card? Why do you need that? Why don't you just go and use your biometrics to get your money? Cards are open rife for corruption, as we've seen. Unfortunately, 3 fuel tankers exploded, folks, in Benoni. Somebody mentioned me today in Benoni. Yes. 3 fuel trucks burst into flames after a welding mishap. Good Lord. A dramatic incident unfolded as a fuel truck company in Hillcrest, Benoni, where 2 articulated trucks and 1 rigid truck caught fire following a welding operation that went dangerously awry, leading to rapid response from local fire services. Okay, look, folks, I'm not a welder, and I don't play a welder on television. I don't profess to be a welder, but I do know that welding involves flame. Yeah. And I'm thinking that if you were going to weld something in an emergency situation next to a fuel tanker, would you not drain the fuel tanker of the fuel first before you start welding? And if you can't drain it, would you not have firefighters and firefighting equipment nearby within arm's reach? 30% education, folks. That's what we're talking about here. 30% education. Well, Philip DeVette writes a very strange op-ed. This one's interesting. We're going to have to put this one in the history books and keep mind of it. Philip DeVette is claiming that the Europeans have come to South Africa because they want a place to dump criminal alien invaders. They want to send them to concentration camps. I'm not making this up. Philip DeVette in News 24 says Europe is trying to establish concentration camps for refugees in South Africa. He might be right, but what's his source? What's his source? I'm curious, folks. What is this? Wow, Philip DeVette says South Africa is what Europe needs, a safe place far away to send refugees. European Union is shopping for a place to build concentration camps. What? What? This is what he says with a straight face. I mean, it may be true, folks. I don't know. It could very well be true. He's saying that they're shopping for a place to do. Dear God. Wow. This is crazy. Wow. Not that the EU will call them concentration camps, of course, sharing it as it does with South African history, of which concentration camps were places of death and misery. That is not at all what the EU has in mind. It wants clean, safe spaces that can act as holding facilities where visiting cameras will find people happily waiting for their fates to be decided by slow-grinding judicial and bureaucratic machines, places that leave it free of guilt and criticism. Still, it would be a good idea for potential suppliers to keep in mind that these will be temporary stops or camps where people are concentrated and design them with all that implies logistically and politically, overcompensating for that label when opponents start throwing it around. Wow. So, he is claiming that South Africa will have concentration camps for refugees that the Europeans don't want. Well, first off, those who invaded Europe illegally are not refugees. They're not refugees. You stay in the first safe harbor you land in. And for people to get to Europe, that's not the first safe harbor. Unless they got on a boat and went across the Mediterranean from Algeria, Morocco, Egypt, or Tunisia, and they would have to be from those countries in order to be a refugee. But none of these people are from those countries. Most of them are not from there. And they're rocking up in Berlin and in Frankfurt and in Munich. And there's no contiguous border or sea route from Germany to those places of origin. So they're not refugees. They're frauds and they're criminal aliens. But he says they're going to have concentration camps. Well, folks, if you use multi-choice and DSTV, your rates are going up. Again, surprise, surprise, not at all. Multi-choice South Africa's announced new DSTV adjustments for 2025. Satellite, if you have premium, goes from 929 to 979 Rand. That's actually not bad. That's all. $50 a month. That's pretty cheap. I can afford premium. It was a lot more expensive when the Rand was worth more when I lived in Africa. Wow. But yeah, for most people, that's going to be a lot of money. Well, air fresheners, Bic pens, mops, 6-month, 335 million Rand fraud at City Power. The loss-making City Power's financial mismanagement, as outlined by the Auditor General, is highlighted its maintenance budget was supposedly looted. Wow, City Power fraudulently spent $335 million in 6 months on failed maintenance and infrastructure projects. Man, the amount of money that's been stolen, looted, and lost in South Africa is just epic. It's crazy. Botswana's using TikTok to sell diamonds. What? Yep. Botswana, the world's largest diamond producer, is betting that selling big gems to young, rich Americans will ease its economic woes, and it's trying to catch their eye via Instagram and TikTok. The gamble saw dip a toe into the world of luxury advertising last week, whining and dining social media influencers at the Michelin star restaurant in New York's Greenwich Village to pitch affluent 20 and 30-somethings on natural rocks over lab-grown rivals. One of our strategies is to really counter synthetics, says Bongolo Kwenyamwendo, a 37-year-old mines minister. European Union sanctions Rwandan officers and M23 rebels over the violence in the Congo. European Union sanctioned 9 individuals or entities, including M23's leader, for their involvement in the Congo violence. These rebels are linked to the genocide aftermath. Wow. And sanctioning the Rwandan officers is a big step. Well, the 140 billion Rand agreement to build Africa's biggest airport in Addis Ababa. For years now, for well over a decade, Ethiopia's been talking about replacing the Bole Airport. Let me explain why, folks. Bole Airport is such a high altitude in Addis Ababa that the planes cannot take off with a full load of fuel. So when we fly from Ethiopia to Europe or to America, the planes must fly to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, where they're refueled at sea level, almost sea level, and then they take off and fly to Europe or to America from there because they can't take off. They can't get lift because the air is so thin at that altitude, and so therefore the planes can't get in the air. So they leave with like a half a tank of fuel. I know because I've flown Ethiopian out of Addis many times. And so they're going to build an airport and replace the Bole Airport, move it another 50 kilometers away from the capital at lower elevation so they can take off. And it's going to be the biggest airport in all of Africa. Ethiopian Airlines Group and African Development Bank will partner to build an airport that will cost $7.8 billion. Well, the new airport will be known as Bishoftu. Be near the capital. Well, it's not near the capital. It's 50 kilometers away. That's not near the capital in my book. 50 kilometers is not near the capital. Cyclone Alfred has hit Australia and it's had a big impact. $1.2 billion Australian dollars in damage from Cyclone Alfred. A girl is walking through a flooded street in Brisbane. Look at all the cars they were lost because they were too stupid to move them up the street where it's elevated. That's just dumb. Australia's Treasury estimates last weekend Cyclone Alfred cost $1.2 billion in economic loss for the country. Financial setbacks expected to shave approximately a quarter of a percentage point off the nation's GDP. One storm. That's crazy. Well, crowds gather in South Korea over the impeached president, over a verdict in his presidential impeachment case. Tensions are mounting across South Korea ahead of the ruling expected next week on the fate of impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol. The nation's constitutional court is weighing insurrection charge against him after he suspended the parliament and declared martial law. But he followed the law and reinstated as soon as parliament outvoted him. So I don't know what their problem is, as I said before. In a phone call, Trump and Turkey's Erdogan, president for life, talk Russia, Ukraine, and the war in Syria. The Turkish leader hailed the U.S. government's efforts to end the 3-year conflict between Russia and Ukraine. One of the few international leaders actually acknowledging that Donald Trump is trying to end war and get peace. Well, how do you get potholes fixed? In South Africa, you rely on the Democratic Alliance and local residents to fix potholes, not the government. In Britain, you shame people into doing it themselves. According to the Wall Street Journal, annoyed with pockmarked roads, Brits have turned grumbling into an art form, sometimes literally to embarrass officials into filling in the craters. UK has a pothole plague. These Brits won't rest until the blights are out of Blighty. Yep. Gearheads, including rock star Rod Stewart and TV presenter Jeremy Clarkson, have groused about the problem. Residents have held pothole parties to draw attention. Some have sprayed painted lewd images around the holes or built dioramas in them to pressure local officials to fix this. But most people aren't doing it. So now people are going out and just fixing them. High Street Crazy Potholes Golf now open. That's funny. Look at this. That's hilarious. Looks like somebody's in the pothole. This guy's fixing it. You put noodles in it. That doesn't really fix it, smartass. There's people actually fixing potholes. French member of the European Parliament says the U.S. should give back the Statue of Liberty. America has chosen to side with tyrants and should return the Statue of Liberty to France, said a French dipshit in the European Parliament. We gave it to you as a gift, but apparently you despise it, so it will be just fine here at home. He says the second thing we're going to say to Americans is if you want to fire your best researchers, if you want to fire all the people who, through their freedom and sense of innovation, their taste for doubt and research, have made your country the world's leading power, they're going to welcome them. Okay, first off, you arrogant asshats won't talk to anybody that doesn't speak French, Mr. Dipshit. Let's talk about who this moron is, okay? Let me tell you who this moron is, okay? Where the hell's it at? Raphael Glucksmann is an Ashkenazi Jew who is from France. He is married to a former Georgian and Ukrainian politician, Eka Ziguladze. His wife is a Georgian-Ukrainian politician. Well, now they're divorced. Gee, I wonder why, because this guy's an asshat. He's been a member of the European Parliament since 2019, suckling off the teat from the French Socialist Party. He was the head of their delegation. Yeah, this asshat. Yeah, okay, buddy. The best researchers don't work for the government. The best researchers work in private sector or at universities. So we'll do what we want to do, and you will shut your mouth and go away. Looking for attention, this loser French politician who doesn't even serve France, he serves in the European Parliament, wants to run his mouth. You see why the European Parliament is such a threat to democracy? Because you have asshats like this opening their mouth. Meanwhile, the real threat to democracy is the country of France itself, who has held Pavel Durov as a prisoner in France for nearly a year. French Telegram founder charged with multiple crimes is allowed to leave France. Of course, Pavel Durov committed no such crime. Criminals took advantage of his network, as they do the French financial system and French banking system, to finance terrorism. So are you going after those people who run the banks because people are using their system? No, this is bullshit. And this man has been trapped in France for nearly a year, this billionaire Pavel Durov, by a undemocratic French government. So this asshat Glucksmann can shut his yap and be quiet. Durov has been barred from leaving France, but the Paris prosecutor's office said Monday that the investigative judges handling his case have lifted the travel restrictions between March 15th and April 7th, when he must return for a hearing. They have kept him there as a prisoner for a year. Harvard will be giving tuition free for families who make up to $200,000. Going to Harvard just got more affordable for most of America. The Ivy League school is significantly expanding financial aid to make undergraduate admissions tuition free for families making up to $200,000 a year. Completely free for families making up to $100,000. Wow. Harvard estimates 86% of U.S. families could be eligible for that. So basically, it's becoming a free school. Well, they're going to use their endowment. They're going to use their massive tens of billions of dollar endowment. Without financial aid, attending Harvard costs $56,550 annually in tuition alone, and nearly $83,000 when room and board are included. Well, Harvard, whites and Asians need not apply. It's not for you. DEI, Harvard. OECD cuts U.S. economic outlook, citing inflation and tariff wars. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, an intergovernmental organization of 38 member states, and mostly high-income economies, says annual real GDP growth in the United States is projected to slow from its very strong recent pace to 2.2% in 2025 and 1.6% in 2026, after rising by 2.8% last year. Well, that may be the case, but it may be unavoidable because the world is treating America poorly when it comes to what they charge us for tariffs. Trump is set to talk with Putin tomorrow on ending the Ukraine conflict. And tomorrow, I'll have on my channel, once again, Canth Pillay. We'll be talking tomorrow. Trump administration deports the Trinidad members despite a judge's order. White House says it followed the court's order. The Trump administration sits on to deport alleged Venezuelan gang members under a centuries-old wartime law. U.S. District Judge James Boasberg early Saturday evening blocked President Trump from using the law known as Alien Enemies Act, but they deported him anyway. White House says it did not defy the judge's order. Said the court's order lacked legal basis and was issued after the flights left U.S. territory. Yep, so they're already gone when the court issued the order. The administration did not refuse to comply with the court order. A single judge in a single city cannot direct the movements of an aircraft full of foreign alien terrorists who are physically expelled from U.S. soil. Yep, she's right. Yeah, but they will play this as Trump is undemocratic and he doesn't listen to courts, which is exactly what he did in the first term. He listened to courts every time they illegally shut down his actions. Elon Musk is targeting hundreds of billions of entitlement fraud. Democrats are saying it's an attack on the old and needy. Well, I don't think that any 350-year-olds are going to miss their Social Security check this year. Democrats say Trump's government efficiency advisor Musk is exaggerating the cost of this spending within the programs when he said $700 billion can be saved by eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. Well, that may or may not be true. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know how much they can save. Well, these people thought they came here legally because they're fools, because Joe Biden illegally violated immigration law and let them come, and now they're going to face deportation. Immigrants who took advantage of Biden-era programs in the U.S. are being targeted by the Trump administration, as they should be. Katerina Kurilova came to Texas from Ukraine. Over the last 2 years, several 100,000 immigrants came to the U.S. under a controversial illegal Biden administration program offering them a legal path into the country. Now Trump is targeting them for deportation. At the center of their dilemma is a program former President Creepy Joe Biden established at the height of the crisis at the southern border. Illegal immigrants from some of Latin America's most troubled countries, including Venezuela and Nicaragua, were coming in such large numbers, he reasoned they would take up an offer to migrate legally if one existed. So he set one up. Under the program, which is known as the humanitarian parole, after the provision of immigration law it uses, immigrants will be issued a permit to come and work legally for 2 years if they submitted their personal information and found an American to financially sponsor them. Many applied for asylum or other immigration programs after arriving so they could stay longer, and they abused the immigration system. Joe Biden didn't just open our borders, he flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities. Yep. So, you're going home. You came here illegally, and you're going home. Get used to the fact. ICE arrests increase. Illegal immigrants are fighting back. Federal officers are pursuing illegal immigrants, and the illegal immigrants are increasingly fighting back. Experts said the violence is driven at least in part by immigrant advocates who deliver Know Your Rights briefings. It's deliberately intended to fuel that, says Matthew O'Brien, former immigration judge. In California, a Russian migrant has been charged with chomping on the hand of a U.S. immigration and customs enforcement officer hard enough to break his finger. In New York, an illegal immigrant from Nicaragua stands accused of roughing up ICE enforcement agents who tried to arrest him to go to jail. In Denver, city authorities released Abraham Gonzalez into a jail parking lot where he took half a dozen ICE officers, took on half a dozen. A senior ICE official told reporters last week that assaults on personnel increased by 300%. It is time to arrest these criminal alien supporters. The mayor of Denver, Brendan Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, Michelle Wu of Boston. These federal crime violators must be arrested. These are dangerous public officials who are endangering public safety. Secretary of Treasury says the White House is trying to stave off financial crisis, but we can't guarantee there won't be a recession. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said on Sunday that policies initiated by the Trump administration are designed to head off financial crisis that may be a result of major government spending over the past several years, but caution there are no guarantees that the recession will occur. Oh, there's no guarantees there will be a recession. Okay, that's even better. Chinese ships are carrying much of American cargo, but the Trump administration wants to change that, folks. Beijing's support helps its shipbuilding industry capture more than half the global market. In 2002, with China's shipyards producing only 8% of global commercial tonnage, then Premier Zhu Rongli challenged his nation. China can hope to become the world's #1 shipbuilding superpower. And he was right. Last year, Chinese shipyards delivered 53% of global tonnage, according to Clarkson's research. With so many goods in the U.S. imported from overseas, that means Chinese-made ships are essential for keeping American store shelves well stocked. But the Chinese are building all the world's ships in just 2 decades. How did that happen? It wasn't legitimately. Massive storm has left dozens dead. Last reported number was 39 as tornadoes, wildfires, and blinding dust hit the United States. Wow, look at that. That's Plantersville, Alabama. Horrible, horrible situation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, jackass penguins have found a home in New England. 6 jackass penguins at New England Aquarium in Boston have found a home on an island designed to address their aches and pains of aging. Oh, isn't that sweet? Geriatric jackass penguins don't have to worry about younger birds bombarding the buckets of fish delivered by trainers. They all get a good opportunity to eat and take their time, and it's not real rushed, not to get pushed off the island by another animal that's anxious to eat. 6 seabirds have moved to the island for retired penguins since it opened in February. Their relocation is meant to address a large number of penguins at the aquarium who are living well beyond their age that would be expected to reach in the wild. About half the aquarium's 40 jackass penguins are older than the bird's life expectancy of 10 to 15 years. And some have doubled their life expectancy by living in captivity. Oh, it's a country club for jackass penguins. Look at that. Oh, look at the little penguins shitting all over the place. The geriatric penguins are mostly in their 30s, receive close monitoring for ailments such as cataracts and arthritis. Wow, what a good life they've got, man. Check it out. That's where they're at. Oh, check them out. Yeah, good life for the penguins, man. Critically endangered species in South Africa, where they're critically endangered. Well, you can't take it with you, folks. And I'm not talking about a bucket list. I'm talking about you just can't take things with you that you have when you work into retirement. Epic Times says you lose these things in retirement. Financial security. It's not a given that you'll struggle financially in retirement. A 2024 Gallup poll found that 75% of retired Americans say they have enough money to live comfortably. But losing your steady paycheck could be a blow to your financial confidence. You may find yourself anxious about things. There are steps you can take to attain a greater degree of financial retirement. First, if possible, avoid a hit to your Social Security. Age 62 when you're first eligible to sign up for benefits. You can avoid a reduction by taking the money later. Hopefully you live longer. Employee benefits. You lose a lot of benefits that companies give you, especially eye care and dental care. You no longer have that because Social Security doesn't cover those things. And your social network. A lot of people rely on work for their network of people and friends. And that goes when you're retired. And your sense of purpose. A lot of retirees feel they've lost their sense of purpose. Wow. Now, this story is carried by the Epic Times, but it's a Kiplinger story. Right. And that is the news for today, folks. How y'all doing? 705 people currently here, just 552 likes. Somebody's freeloading on the program.
That was easy.
Welcome to the program once again, folks. St. Patrick's Day 2025. How y'all doing? Let me get to the super chats and make sure I didn't miss any. So where did I leave off at? I got the 350 and then Chris Botha. Dear sir, thank you for caring about the people of South Africa. Devote your time. Okay, there's that one. Did we get to the 20? We didn't get to the 20. We missed the goal. All right. El Marie 35, Len Crow 29. Got that one. New Nick gave 30 Thai dollar super chat. Thank you for that. Patrick gave a happy Irish Day. That was 14. Thank you. Nick Rose, happy St. Patrick's Day. Love the festive garb. Elizabeth Kruger 35 Rand. Thank you, Elizabeth. And then we've got Karen Thompson gave a 10 Rand 49 super chat. Thank you for that. Bergmeister 70 Rand. May your pockets be heavy, your heart light, and your Guinness Windhoek Lager never run dry. Wishing you the best of luck in all your endeavors. Great content as always. Thank you so much for that, Bergmeister. And then Jan van Driel says, on St. Patrick's Day, leprechauns are a prominent symbol of Irish folklore, often depicted as having white beards, Neanderthal-type figures traditionally associated with tulips and boermeissies. Is that a reference to me? Neanderthal-like features, white beards, tulips, and boermeissies. Oh my goodness. Barrety says, 140 Rand super chat. ANC's bankrupt. Well, they've been bankrupt for a long time. The only reason they were able to settle their lawsuit with the party planning group from the previous election was because someone gave them 100 plus million Rand and another 20 plus million Rand to have their birthday party, their 112th birthday celebration in Umbumbela Stadium last year in 2024. They had no money. They had no money for the election. Where did the money come from? They didn't report it to the Independent Electoral Commission. Their donations don't show the amount of money they spent. There's no way that that's what they spent is real. So just a second here, folks. I need to turn the camera off for a second. Sorry for that. I had to take care of something there real quickly. All right, so thank you so much. I'm freeloading because your hat don't give a 4-leaf clover. It's a 3-leaf clover. Thank you for that, Berto, for the super chats. Thanks, guys, for the super chats coming in. And Les Rejo just subscribed. By the way, as I said earlier, someone else congratulates. We hit 59,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. Picked up another 11 subscribers since this chat went live. Thank you for that. Don't know if it's because the views are watching the videos or because of the stream. I'm not sure. But thank you all for being here. Miyoka69, greetings from South Africa. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Let's crunch the numbers. 67% of parliamentarians is in totality agreement when it comes to radical policies. Leon will never defend this in the U.S. Yeah, it's not about defending. It's about calming the room down. That wasn't a toilet break. Disappeared like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. EU gave these parasites 4.7. How nice. Well, they gave them 4.7 billion, but they didn't give them anything. These are loan guarantees. There's only one grant in there, and it isn't very much. So that's not really. They didn't give them anything. Why do I look like Jan van Riebeck? I don't know. All right. So what else we got here in the chat? Oh, snap. Was that them? Oh, snap. Culinary Pirates, Brandon says, schön, dich auch kennenzulernen. Ich kann es kaum erwarten, hier rauszukommen. Ich kann nicht ständig über meine Schulter schauen und brauche einen sicheren Ort für meine Kinder. Yeah, I understand not looking over your shoulder. That's definitely something people don't want to do. South African government says we support China, Hamas, Iran, and Cuba. Yeah. You don't understand why I don't support them. All right, what else we got here in the chat, folks? The Penguins. Yeah, you got the Penguins there. Okay, cool. All right, so that's the news for today, folks. What are your questions about the news or anything else? And thank you, everybody who's pushing us. We're working up towards that 60,000 mark, but we are getting there slowly. Got to get more people here. Yep. All right, so just a little update on what's going on with the channel. So let's go over here while I do that. Okay, so channel, we had a big drop off yesterday. We dropped from 195,000 on Saturday to just 131,000 views yesterday. In January, I had a day with 1,000 views. Not going to complain about 131,000 views, but it is a big drop off. 3.3 million views. The views are going up. We were at 2.6 million, 2.8 million, 2.9 million, 3.1 million. We hovered at 3.1 million for a long time. Finally crept up to 3.2 million views in a 28-day period a couple of days ago, and now 3.3 because of that big day on Saturday. So now we're at 3.3 million over the last 28 days. That's a rolling metric that with YouTube every 28 days. So you drop off the 28 days, 29 days before, and you pick up the next day, so on. So the number goes up and down. But that's good to see it increasing. It means more people are viewing the content. Thank you for becoming a member. Can't get my head straight. Yeah, and so that's excellent to see. There's another member. Are we giving out memberships? Did somebody give out memberships again? Oh, you gave up memberships. I can't salute all this. All right, so the top 10 videos on the channel in the past month all have over 60,000 views. 61,000 is the lowest video. That's just awesome. Thank you all for watching it. We got 300,000 view videos, 90,000, a bunch. So everything top 10. I mean, I only had 3 videos that were over 50,000 just a month and a half ago. Good to see. So lifetime, let's take it lifetime. The lowest one now is one that has 90,000. Wow. The top 10 videos now all have over 90,000. The way this is going, I'll soon be able to say that all of my videos have at least 100,000 in the top 10. That's pretty cool, folks. That's really awesome. I'm really grateful for that. So we have, we hit it. 10 million views. We hit 10 million views, folks. We have 10 million views on the channel. I said we'd hit it next couple days. Wow. That is awesome. And we're approaching 1 million watch hours. Can you imagine 1 million watch hours? We have 974,000 watch hours. We're going to hit that this week the way we're going. We're picking up, between 5 and 14,000 hours viewed per day. That is going to push us over 1 million hours. That's incredible. And we'll soon hit 60,000. This is, guys, it's exciting to be part of this. Thank you all for being part of it. Thank you for all making it possible. I mean, I can't do all that. I mean, I have to rely on other people to watch this stuff. Let's take a look at the audience here. And the audience is, this is disappointing. I'm going to show you a metric that's very disappointing, okay? This shows you the shadow banning of YouTube. I mean, this will show you very clearly, okay? Let me just show you this. I'm going to blow this up and put this on the screen. I'm going to save it first, okay? This is very disappointing. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. This is, oops, hang on, that's not what I want. Where's this at? don't want that. Okay, so here we go, folks. Let me show you something. This is a graphic that really matters, okay? So, all right. Look at the disparity between returning subscribers and new subscribers, and I'll show you why we have a problem here growing the channel, why it's not growing as fast as it should. This is a consequence of shadow banning, YouTube not promoting content. If you look on that screen, the purple are returning viewers. These are subscribers. So every view from someone who's a subscriber is in purple. Every view from a non-subscriber is in blue. Look at the left-hand side. You notice how the numbers are matched up. In fact, there's a spike there on the left where the purple is actually lower than the new ones. That was a big event in February, and a lot of people came. So then look, they're kind of in line. They're mostly in line. And then recently, look at this. Look at how the returning viewers are watching my content, but the number of new viewers is dropped dramatically. Look at the gap, the delta between purple and blue. That delta is YouTube censoring content. YouTube not sharing this so that I can't gain subscribers. Right there. Look at that. Look at that delta there, folks. That is a huge delta. A huge delta. So you can see on a day when I had 90,000 returning subscriber views, I had 18,000 new views. And another day when I had 35,000, I had just 2,000 new views. When you have only that few new views, you can't gain subscribers because existing subscribers are great and we love you and we're glad you're here, but we can't grow the channel unless new people find the channel. New people cannot find the channel if YouTube doesn't share your content. The only way I can grow it is by people organically telling other people about it, which is how we've been getting the growth. It isn't because of YouTube, it's because of you all. So that is just shows you the power of YouTube, how they can hurt people, Debbie Fox says, well done and over 10 million views. Thank you for that. That's pretty awesome. We just went over it. And YouTube didn't even send me anything saying congratulations. Let me see if it's on my front page, if they even mention that. Maybe they do. Nope. Nope. They congratulated me on 50,000 subscribers. That was a while ago. Okay. So, yeah, but nothing on 10 million views. Wow. 630 likes, 630 said, watch so calm and hit the like button. Yeah, hit it hard. Well, we've had 3,600 tune in. Hi, Colonel, and all the South Afrikaners, says Lawrence. Welcome to you. Christine Livingston says, congratulations for 10 million views. 10 million views, says Newcastle. Wow, you didn't even have to take your clothes off. That's true. Didn't have to take my clothes off. And YouTube's tab has just crashed. Gotta open it up another tab again. Man, oh man, I don't know what they do, but they're doing something that pisses off browsers. And it's every browser I use. It doesn't matter which one I go to. All right, did we drop really 600 people? Where'd you all run off to? Is Ronaldo alive? What's going on? Traitors. Only truth reporter on the African continent, says PCR. Thank you for that. I've got to go. Wife says it's dinner time, says Brent. Okay, enjoy dinner. Okay, Michael Dawson, we've got. Okay, that's already said that. You deliver facts, Colonel. Maybe it's the Streisand effect taking its course. I don't know. Let's make it a rule. If someone asks a question that was in the 14 refugee questions, they must give 10 memberships. The irony about that is that Arctic said I should put that up. That was over a month ago. Yeah, let's take a look. I want to see how many views are on that. Excuse me. 14. Okay. Let me take a look at how many views on that. That's at 9. That still hasn't hit 100,000. It's getting about 5 views per hour. Wow. So, wow. 90,100. It's just tailed off there. Shame. All right. That's why the shadow ban I'm pushing videos and live streams, sharing and X. Going to see you try to. Yeah, thank you, MCM. EU is now new cash cow. Well, maybe. It's weird. When I look at the views and our filter for most viewers on my end, it does not show that numbers. When you look at the views, what are you talking about? I don't understand, Marius. Very far left organization, NCDA. What's this? Jennifer Anderson, thank you for subscribing. NCDA would have a lot of sway with them. Army from, are you still in the States? I think he is. Army 3275 is good news. God loves you all. Well, that's what I've heard. Got to tell you, Chris, I constantly check for your upcoming live streams. I love your shows, my daily list. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that. I'm a data analyst, not in line at all, man. Data is not in alignment. No, it's not. Oh, Culinary, so you agree with me, right? I mean, that's not normal. That's not normal. There should be much closer especially on a larger channel. This is becoming a larger channel. There should be much closer alignment between new views and existing viewers, existing subscribers. That's a huge delta. That's proof right there of shadow banning. What I mean by shadow banning is they hide the content. They don't promote it. Videos that take off, they're not promoting. YouTube's algorithm is supposed to promote you for engagement. It's supposed to promote you for the subject. If you get the right title, you get the right thumbnail. And I've had my site analyzed by artificial intelligence. I've been doing that now for a month. And my artificial intelligence consistently tells me that my thumbnails, most of which are now being artificially generated, not all of them, my thumbnails and my titles are spot on most of the time. Most of my titles, except for my live streams, have a score over 85 or better, which should get you an audience. Same with the thumbnails, although some of the thumbnails rate lower. But the point is that the thumbnails, the title, the tags that are in the videos, the links that are put in there, I've done all those things are supposed to promote your videos as well as the content itself, which should be the most important thing. When a video takes off, the algorithm is supposed to catch it and then feed that and fuel it because it drives more ad revenue that YouTube makes. The problem is that if they put the kibosh on your content, they don't promote it. And that's what's happening here. Yeah. So the video that took off in February that was promoted by the Sir Alfred Carbonara, whoever did that, he promoted my video, and that video went to 184,000 views. The fuck around find out video with Trump, that was driven almost entirely by that Twitter post because he has a large audience and he doesn't promote any of my other videos to my knowledge. So Sir Alfred Carbonara pimped that video and 50% of the views that came in were from outside YouTube and it soared. And because of that, my videos caught on for a little bit, but then the algorithm, you can see it's pulled back down. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm glad that you know data there, Culinary Pirates. That's definitely something's not jiving there. Something's definitely out of whack there. Yep. Yeah, it has been unfair. Well, at least we've grown some. I'll have a read about Suzman. What's going on with Helen Suzman? Colonel, does my membership automatically take payment because tomorrow's my next payment? It will, Stephen. If you want to cancel it, go ahead and do it now. If you've paid with a credit card and it wasn't a gifted membership, your card will be charged automatically. I have no control over it. I don't even know the date you did it. I can't even confirm that. All I can see is when you've renewed. So I wouldn't know. So that's beyond my control. YouTube handles all that stuff. Proud VitCunt says, Khanada. Ronaldo's live making a killing with his stripper chats. Is he really? Is Ronaldo making a killing with stripper chats? Let's take a look and see. How many American subscribers do you have? I don't know. Let me take a look and see.
With chicken mayo. And I had two because, hey, I'm watching my weight, you know.
Chicken mayo. Sorry, not for me. All right, so, yeah, I can tell you how many American subscribers, roughly, percentage anyway. Audience, my U.S. subscriber base is much lower as a percentage because so many have came over here from, yeah. So my U.S. subscriber base is about 3,500 of the 59,000, about 3,500. The South African subscriber base actually diminished in the last few days. It was 83% a couple of days ago. Now it's 81%. So more people around the world that are registered elsewhere have been signing on the past few days. South Africa used to be 50%. Then because of the refugee thing, it soared to 84%, and it stayed there for the last month. Even as we gained, it stayed 84%, but now it's dropped to 81%. So that's significant. That's a 3% drop percentages. So yeah, UK is 1.7% and Australia is 1.6%. We're picking up more Australian viewers, mostly South African expats. But yeah, about 3,500 of my viewers are from the US. Yep. Does that answer your question, Ashton Ward? Interview with with the ANC bitch. I didn't know there was an interview. I just saw the media. Didn't see it. I'll have to check it out. Tessa, how you doing there? Celestial Concerto. Okay. What about taxi violence? What about it, Corey? I was there during the taxi strike and was near, just avoided being killed a couple of times during the taxi strike. Tomahawk is apologizing. I don't know what for. Oh, because you used uppercase. Yep. Yeah, if you type your text in uppercase, that doesn't get my attention, folks. It just irritates people in chat. Those of us who have been on the internet since before people knew there was an internet know that all caps is rude. It's considered a rude form of communication on social media, on texting. and messages and emails. We allow Hendo to do it because Hendo's keyboard is broken and he's too cheap to buy a new one. So his keyboard is always stuck on all caps. It's a vision thing. Hendo has a rare condition that allows him to only see letters in capital. So he has to type in capitals. Well, the G-Man says, why? Well, do you have the same affliction, G-Man? Okay, so Jean Coast is laughing at that. Yeah, Hendo has an affliction. He has an affliction. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, Hendo is special. He is special, man. Say it, don't spray it. Do you think J.D. Vance will make a good president after Trump? I don't know, Lindy Dunhauser. I'm still on the fence about that. I'm warming to him. Yes. Conor McGregor went all out when he arrived in the White House about illegal immigrants in Ireland. Carolyn Levitt was a master at getting him to Trump. Yeah, I didn't see any of that. Media interview with Cyril today was just more nonsense. I didn't see that either. Chris, I unsub because you won't let me put up my tent in your backyard. Well, Ashton, I know that's not true. It'd be fake news because you're chatting. You can only chat if you're a subscriber. We should all type in all the caps so Henna can stay up to date. How can when you send you something to cover news story? You have to send it to the WhatsApp group or send it to me via the email address. Is it common for Americans to leave their unwanted items on the sidewalk? No. Well, you mean put them out for collection? Yeah, on the street with the rubbish removal, and usually rubbish removal companies have certain days they do that. So, are you talking about like can someone leave their television or their couch out? It's happens. I wouldn't say it's common. It happens. And people put stuff out. It's like Big Bang Theory. Did you see that chair? Look at this chair, man. I can't believe someone left this chair out here. Remember that? The chair from hell? Penny. As a member of the Clean Streets Society of Pasadena, I'm here to tell you must get rid of that chair. The chair of death. Ooh. It's worthy of the name. What name? Chair. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Oh yeah, Big Bang Theory is the best ever, man. Let me see if I can find something about Lavrov. If I can find it, I'll cover it. Okay. WION did it. No, there's nothing here negative. I don't know where they're getting this from. I didn't see it. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I know that he did a piece on it, but I haven't seen the source. Kioma's got to do some chores. I sell tents and empty boxes as well for the poor people. In South Africa, they'll come inside your house to remove the chair. Nothing on the sidewalk thing. Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. Yeah, no, he's a pretty good actor. He's great. I saw him in a comedy show in Manhattan. He was hilarious. Yep. If you're a security expert, then yeah, I can employ you as you requested. Got a scoop for you. Massive fraud at State Department. At the State Department, the U.S. State Department? Yeah, Andres, send me a link or send me the information. So can a refugee become a police officer at some point? Well, of course, Francois. And it's asked and answered hundreds of times. As long as you meet the standards, and you're probably going to have to attend a police academy if you've been a police officer in the past. Or you could run for an elected office like sheriff somewhere. And I don't know if you have to be a citizen to be sheriff or not. It just depends. But yeah, so of course you can be a law enforcement officer. Yeah, don't have a criminal record. You meet the physical qualifications, you meet the mental qualifications, and you apply, you can get it. But you're probably going to have to go to police academy. Herman tries to get rid of the alcohol before his kids start drinking. Ramaphosa describes Russell's expulsion as a hiccup. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, is that what the video is? Yeah, I'm going to use that clip because I read that. It's not a hiccup. It's not a hiccup. They sent a Mampara here. Yep. We can't put you on wheelie bins. They steal the bins for the wheels. Yep, exactly. Can you grow a mustache? In the police? Yeah. Spikerhone says, I'm not going to tolerate any of your cyberbullying tonight. Cyberbullying? Dude, you're the one misbehaving. So go ahead. Let's see what you've got to say tonight, Spikerhone. Who are you going to trash tonight? Which ethnic group are you going to argue against? Is there an advantage to work in a state? Jesus, excuse me. Instead of the private sector? Well, it's hard to fire federal workers, hard to fire state workers, although we're finding they're firing federal workers left and right now, so maybe it's not so hard. Advantage? I don't know. I prefer to work in the private sector. But the state tends to have a lot more cushy benefits, and people are better compensated. I mean, we're paying people $90,000 a year to work in D.C. to do nothing. So, no, I'm not okay. I've got some phlegm in my throat, and I need to go clear it, and I haven't gotten up, so I need to go do that. So I'll be right back. Hang tight. But when I do this, people leave. So we're at 540 people already left to go to watch Ronaldo sell, cookies or whatever he's doing over there. I'll be right back. I've been trying to clear that for over an hour, folks, and 3 people left. See? So I told you people leave. You want to ride what horse? Oh, that horse in my graphic there. Likes are building. Yeah, that's cool. Keep putting the likes in there. Yeah, put cartoons on while you're gone. How do we get on the back of Terrace Watch? Well, I don't know how you're going to do that. Should run some ads on DSTV for his channel. I think on KikeNet, maybe that's something to think about. That costs money, man. Dunning-Kruger effects. They are working on it. The program did not exist prior to its announcement. What's this? What did Rion say? Excuse me. Still didn't get it all out. Okay. I think all Salvador is waiting for Ampos to go to the States. He knows that there will be lots of secrets exposed when he gets there. A growing mustache does not make you a man. My sister has a mustache. That's scary, Andres. Don't share that. You must not forget the sleeping bag. Just think about, huh? Oh, Rion says it's been almost 2 months and still nothing about refugees. No, it's not been almost 2 months. It's been 6 weeks. That's almost 2 months. 7.5 weeks is almost 2 months. 6 weeks is a month and a half. Yeah, it's there's nothing. What do you expect, Rion? Did you expect this to be an instantaneous thing? These things take time. I could have written a program over a weekend, but that's just me. Hey, Shawnee Gross, what's going on? Ronaldo's making chicken and mayo. I used to find that disgusting, but it came around to eating it now. I can manage it. I think South might have a case to claim tax from refugees as they're legally still citizens. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, of course. If they have reciprocity with the U.S., if they don't, then they can't claim it. Where's the Epstein files? Who cares, Spiker? Why? Are you some legal authority that needs them? I have not seen the interview on Newsroom Africa of Knobs and Kesey. I'll have to look for it. It has to be posted on the on their YouTube channel because I don't have access to it. So let me just go and see if I can see Newsroom Africa and see if I can find it. So Newsroom Africa, come on. Newsroom Africa, okay. Let's see if I can find it. Excuse me. Don't see it. Nope, I don't see it. Nope. Nothing here. Let's try it under videos. Maybe it's listed under videos that way. Nope, no Knobs and Kesey video. They didn't post it online. So if it's not online, I can't find it because I don't have access to it. International students just leave their large possessions out for free when they are done. The study is too expensive to ship, sometimes referred to as hippie Christmas. Yeah, that's true. That happens. Beth Fraser, how's it going? Politically closing the door to immigrants, illegals, and then opening again. That's how that has been done very, very carefully. Yeah, that's exactly, Beth. It has to be done very, very carefully. You are doing a great job We in South Africa appreciate your support, says Frida Summers. Well, thank you, Frida. Appreciate that. It's my pleasure. Miguel Fundavestois, and have you seen the interview? No, I haven't seen the interview. That's what I was looking for. Sorry. Spikerhone said, when I revealed Bondi was on those files, it got me reprimanded. No, Spikerhone, you didn't get immediately reprimanded. You got reprihanded because my moderators were asleep at the wheel, and I gave you a sanction for comments you made prior to that. You were saying things against people. You can talk all you want about Pam Bondi. She's a public official. So, but don't just fabricate stuff. Give us a basis for that, other than just your opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. You're welcome to it, but don't just make stuff up. Making stuff up is not an opinion. It's propaganda. Taxi scene is like the 80s. Okay. Link is in my WhatsApp. Okay. The Pollock interview. Okay. What Pollock interview? What are we talking about? Pollock interview, Jan? Okay. Hang on a second here. I'm getting stuff from people. I don't even know who they are. Oh, there you go. Conor McGregor. Okay. I don't know what you gave me a Conor McGregor. Jan, I don't know what you're sending me here, man. He won't go to the U.S. himself. He'll have to answer some uncomfortable questions. He's a mouthpiece, so now actually even know what's going on. Yep. You're right about that one. Who said that? Who said that? It was Lindy said that. Okay. Okay. Saw a bit of Doge session today. Democrats are really angry at all the money. Yeah, because we're finding all the corruption. Do refugees pay tax in the U.S.? Yes, you do. Ooh, you do. You think you get a free ride here? You're already getting a free ride. You're already costing us $2.7 billion out of our pockets, not to mention the fact that you're taking jobs from Americans. So, yeah, you got to pay taxes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yep. But most people won't make enough money to actually pay tax. It'll take it out of your pay, and then you'll claim it back at the end of the year because you'll get it back. So most people that make $50,000 a year or less in America pay nothing in federal income tax. Not a penny. Most people. Not all, but most. President Trump gave a pretty serious message to Iran regarding the Houthis, said every incoming ordinance from them will be considered Iranian. Yeah, that is a serious message. I didn't see that either. Non-resident individuals are exempt from income taxes unless the individual is physically present in South Africa for more than 183 days. Oh, that's the South African rule. There you go. There you go, Neville. So, yeah, so they can't tax you. That's the South African rule. But I can tell you, you will be taxed in America. If I go work in South Africa, I will be taxed in America on my income in South Africa. Now, there's an exemption. I can exempt a certain amount, but 50 Rand from Fiona. Thank you, Fiona, for that super sticker. There's a certain amount that I can exempt for the U.S. It's pretty high, actually, but still expected to pay taxes. So I have dividends on stocks in Japan, in Germany, in the U.K. I think that's all I have right now. I used to have Canada, too, but I dumped my Canadian stocks. And I have to pay tax on that in those countries. Now I get a credit in America because they're all higher tax rates. The Germans charge a lot for dividend tax. So yeah, and we're in Switzerland because I have stock from Richemont. It's not much, but I get a little bit of dividend money from there, a few dollars, and they take like 30% or something like that. Switzerland, I can't remember what it is. Cobus has got to leave now. Thank you, Cobus. Thank you for sharing. Okay, just imagine Doge in South Africa. Yeah, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Ronaldo's not bad. Just choose to watch. Colonel said, "Oh, I didn't say Ronaldo was bad." Hey, Pete, glad to see you're here, though. Your thoughts on Brendan Herrera, the 50 cal AK gun? I don't know what you're talking about, Arno. What is that about? Helen did the opening address at Business. She took huge swings at Donald. Business? Are you talking business? Okay, hang on. Okay, well, I got to see. So let me go to Business. Thank you for that. Business. Wow. Business, South Africa. Okay, there we go. Joel Pollock. Oh, he's on Business. From Helen Zilla. Okay. The new global order DA's role in the future of South Africa. Okay, I'll have to watch this. It's an hour long. Where does she... Oh, here we go.
There's always a first for everything, and that was some introduction. We go back a long way. You were a business journalist back in the day, and you've stuck true to the profession. I was a political journalist, and some would say I have regressed somewhat.
All right, well, I'll have to look at that and go after that and see what it says. Thank you for that, Garrett. I didn't know what she said. Didn't know there was an event there. Business didn't bother to tell me that. That's disappointing that they didn't tell me that. The Kennedy-era cancer projects to kill Castro with tobacco they used, and Hugo Chavez to kill him with cancer. Trump administration would danger for this tech? I have no idea what you're saying, Spike on. They used it to... No, you have no evidence that anyone used anything on Hugo Chavez. You're just making that stuff up. See, that's why you got spanked, because you're just making stuff up, man. You can't just spew anything that comes to your mind, and just any fantasy. We're not into conspiracy theories here. No, that my tax money doesn't go to service. I get nothing from my tax money. What do I get? The only thing I get from my federal tax dollars is airports, immigration, which wasn't doing its job until recently, and national defense. That's it. I get nothing else. Nothing else. I fund a massive federal bureaucracy of IRS agents and government employees who do nothing, and I fund an intelligence network that is massive, that's overfunded and under-resourced with qualified people. I fund the salaries of government bureaucrats. There is nothing there, ladies and gentlemen, that they get that does anything for me. The federal government doesn't provide water. The federal government doesn't provide natural gas. The federal government doesn't provide local security for me. They do nothing. They take 1/3 of my income, and I get very little for it, while people freeload off the federal system. No. You said we get something for it. No. Local taxes, yeah. I pay a lot of money in local taxes, and it funds a very nice, ritzy, golden toilet seat public high school and public school system here, where kids are privileged and elite and taken care of, and they better succeed in life because they've been handed everything on a silver spoon, courtesy of my tax dollars and everyone else who are paying outrageous rates for their school. Then the local taxes go to the township. They're supposed to fix the roads. My road looks like freaking PE out here. The road just outside my development, there are potholes everywhere. Ones are going to swallow my axle. They've done piss poor job repairing it for the past 4 years. It's garbage. Nothing. They're supposed to maintain the roads. They do a poor job. They provide law enforcement. They got like 3 cops. They do a fair job. And they don't even provide fire. I don't get fire services from my taxes. I don't get water. I don't get natural gas. I don't get electricity. I don't get anything from that. All I get is emergency response from police if something happens, and occasionally they fix the roads. And that's about all I get. So I'm not getting much from my taxes at all. At all. I fund people's retirements. I fund people's lives. I fund illegal aliens living in hotels. I fund illegal aliens moving around the country. I fund everything under the sun. Now, the one thing I do fund that comes from the federal government is highways. And those highways I pay for in federal gasoline tax on every gallon of gasoline. So no, I don't get much from it. So you say at least we get something. No, we don't. Most of what I get comes from the private sector, and I pay for it out of pocket. The telecommunications that delivers this bandwidth for this cable, I pay an outrageous amount of money to a cable company, which is a private vendor. For that, my telephone, not provided by the government, provided by a private vendor. My mobile, provided by a private vendor. Nothing is provided here by the state. All the state does is oppress my liberty and prevent me from doing things. That's about all the state does here. So, Isterfark says, you're not exactly selling the USA. Well, yeah, Isterfark. Did I ask you to come here? Ooh. Isterfark. Why is Charlene saying, please check out Ronaldo? What do we need to check out Ronaldo? Jonathan DT says Trump is deporting fewer people per day than Obama did. He's a sickening traitor, in my opinion. How does that make him a traitor? How does that make him a traitor? Jonathan, please elaborate. At least you're not picking on Jews today. We'll wait. That'll come later. So how does that make him a traitor? Fewer people than Obama did. Yeah, Obama set the records, and he got a free pass. He was the kinder, gentler, the wonderful, wonderful president. You know, he wasn't called a racist, despite the fact he deported more Mexicans and more Central Americans than anyone in history. Yeah. Lee Harvey Oswald had a special relationship with one of the researchers of this tech. Only problem, she is still alive as a witness. Yeah, okay. You just making stuff up against Spiker. We'll leave you there for the entertainment value for now. Oh my goodness. Local council, no. Chris Wyatt's an accomplished road repairer. No chance I'll fix your road now. Yeah, they saw the video of me in South Africa. Let me and my team get to you to fix your road, Colonel. Afterwards, we'll talk about 5.5 10 space. Hey, Daniel, okay. 1.3 ton cock hoist. What are you talking about there? There's Ronaldo here? Ronaldo wouldn't be here. He's not done with his stream yet. I didn't see Ronaldo pop up. Did Ronaldo pop up? Let me see. I'll see if he's here. He is here. Hi, Ronaldo. He's hiding there. Yeah, I'm not selling America, man. 2.6 million pound golden toilet was stolen in England. Oh, that sucks. Hey, Mariska, how's it going? Okay. Oh, Keith Alderson's here. Hey, Keith, local council. Oh, you're the one that said the council doesn't. Johan Pratt, welcome to you. Laura Loomer tracked down Hunter Biden and proved that he was staying in a 5-star Oceanside villa despite claiming in a signed declaration to court that he was in. Ooh, what's BR? Brazil? Oh, is Ronaldo trying to have fun here?
Hello. And it will cost you 39 Rand 99 a month. And that is in support of me and this channel.
Yeah, Ronaldo's not here. He's being silly. Okay, where all those trolls come from, not seen today. The ones that hate USA don't want to leave. That says a lot. Yeah, that's true. Trump's position, stay off of Fox and CNN, tell everybody what they're doing. Just do it and job, be quiet. Don't give lunatics ammunition. Well, Moshe Sneman, I would agree with you. I think that's pretty smart. Hey, Lindy Donhauser. Thanks so much for what you do. You're a light in the dark. I'm now an artist, as I haven't been able to get a job for 5 years using the talent God bless me with. May I share my Insta? Your Insta what? Your Instagram? Sure. You can share that, and people can go check you out. You're welcome to do that. No problem at all. But thank you for asking. It's very considerate to ask. You're welcome to share that, and we'll go check it out. Chris does not frequent that email address. Post the correct address in the chat a few times a day. What did Andres Muller put in here? That's PayPal. Yeah, if you want to PayPal and help me, that's there. That's what that address. I only go there to check my PayPal. In fact, let's do that now. Let's go. Oh, Jacques Vince just gave it super chat. Jacques says, "What's your opinion on Russia also saying they don't like EWC and the way the Boers or minorities are treated? Do you think the ANC might change their position?" I don't think they will. First off, I have no confirmation of that. I keep hearing that Morning Shot did a report on that. That aired last night when I was live. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I cannot find any news reporting that proves that Lavrov said that. I don't know what Byron's source was. I have no doubt that Byron's reporting actual information, but I haven't talked to him. So short of seeing where that came from, what they're saying, I really can't comment because I have no knowledge of it. So if in fact the Russians are saying that, I don't think it'll change anything for the ANC. The ANC is getting most of its support not from Moscow. They're getting from Tehran right now, and that's where they're taking their direction from. So, yeah. But I'm going to go to my PayPal, which I haven't been to in a while, and see what's going on. All right, and see if anybody's given anything there, because people haven't been telling me if they've been donating to PayPal. So I don't know if they have. I don't think anybody has. I don't want that. Continue to the web. Okay. Continue to the web. Hang on. This was, when was this done? March 7th. Yeah, 10 days, nobody's put anything in there. Yep. Yep, somebody donated $5. Yeah, because no one's donated anything, so, in a while. Yep. Got $50 on March 7th, or $5 on March 7th, and $50 on February 21st, and $20 on February 8th. Yeah, so cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's the PayPal's there for. So that email is not one I use. It's simply just for the PayPal. Oh, Ronaldo was here. Okay, and he left. Okay, didn't see that. May I disclose these things if no U.S. passport or green card? What? I have no... Spiker, right now you're just being silly. Celestial Concerta says, yeah, I watched it, but I didn't see any proof of Russia saying. Exactly. I don't have any proof of it either. I'm not going to report something if I can't run it down. Virtual Western Cape says ANC won't change. I think you're probably right. And there's another super chat, Lynette DeVette. Where did you buy that funny hat? I got this funny hat at a grocery store, ironically. You like that? Look what it did to my hair. It's all flat now. Yep. It's felt on the inside. Yep. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I got this at a grocery store of all places. Yep. Kind of like a Checkers, a local Checkers. YouTube video channel, Morning Shot, title, Now Russia Turns Against Us. Yeah, cool piece saying, I'm aware of it, but I haven't watched the video, and I don't know what evidence they have, and I haven't talked to Byron. Okay, I want to send you the info about the State Department fraud. I want to send you the info about State Department fraud. I want to send the info about State Department fraud. Stuck in the groove. Once was enough. You must hit the return carriage twice. Wow, your art is amazing. Oh, there you go. Did she put up her link? I didn't see it. Candace, welcome to you. I didn't see her link. Gideon Simon, hey. Gideon, are you related to Ziane? You wouldn't be her dad, would you? Make me green with envy. Okay, cool. Say hello to Heidi for me. Hello, Heidi. Says Joe Kruger. Hello, Heidi. I'm looking for where she put her link. I didn't see that. If I switch to someone in the U.S., if they hate the U.S. as much. Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Now we'll see the billions of PayPal. No, we won't. I get a little bit in PayPal every now and then, but not much. What's up, George? How you doing, man? Candace Andres cannot find your email. It's right there. It's been put in the link. What do you mean you can't find it? Good Lord. Or you mean you can't find it on the YouTube channel? You've got to know how to navigate YouTube. Short of that, it was published a few minutes ago in the chat. You got to pay attention, folks. This is the problem with people watching the chat not in real time. Hit the little radio at the bottom and make sure it's red for live. Otherwise, you're falling behind. There's the email address. And I'm behind on email. Understand that. Yeah, Lindy Donhauser. I didn't see her link. Where's her link? Or you guys went and looked for her on your own? Okay, well, we'll have to check it out. Got called a betrayer today. Okay, culinary pirates. Thousands of people come to Canada and apply for green cards waiting for them in Canada. So back to my question you missed. Why you're not streaming Twitch as well when you're live? Because Twitch is a leftist radical site that cancels people left and right. I tried Twitch. I tried, what's the other one there? The hell's the other one there? I tried them. They Discord and Twitch. No, I don't. Why would I stream there? Plus, I have to pay more money, and I've been losing enough money doing this channel that it's not worthwhile for me to stream on Twitch. In order to multi-stream with Streamlabs OBS, I have to pay them. Otherwise, I have to use Restream, and I'm not using Restream. So I might at some point consider doing Twitch. Maybe I should do that, but I'll take a look at it. Discord was a very leftist, and they censored people during lockdown. Twitch did the same thing, but I'll consider going back to Twitch. Yeah, so I didn't skip your question. I didn't see your question. The chat jumps around here on its own. So I don't even remember who just said that now. It was Celestial Concerto. Why do you want me on Twitch? Tell me why you want me on Twitch, okay? Guys, let me know. I'm curious. What's the big deal with Twitch? Okay? Why do people want me on Twitch? I want to know that. I mean, look, I'm not opposed to it. Just saying that, the censorship regime was just too much. You can only do so many things, guys. So see if we'll log in if it's my log into Twitch. New device. I'm not on a new device. Now I got to go to my email and get the damn code. All right. So, and why do you think I'm not on Twitch? You made an assumption here. I'm like Inspector Gadget, man. I'm all over tech and always have been. It's rare that I'm not on a tech platform. Okay. So here we go. Come on. Nope. There's nothing there. Oh, there it is. Finally, the log. It took a while to get there. Ton number is so small. Okay. Okay. All right. And I should be on Twitch. I'm in Twitch now. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to prove that. Now they're gonna send me a text message to my phone because I didn't have my phone number in there. Okay. Okay, now my account's more secure, so they claim two-factor authentication. Okay, I'm in Twitch. Yay, I'm here. All right, what do you want me to I'm here at my channel. Okay, let me go to my channel. Empower viewers to share your clips. Turn on the setting to let viewers... no thanks. Disable this setting, okay? All right, so here you go. There you go. Here's my Twitch account. I mean, I don't know why people think I'm not on Twitch. I'm on everything, man. I just don't use it because there's nothing. Paste. There's my Twitch account. There you go. I have a Discord account too, but I don't use it because it's useless. There you go. You guys want me on Twitch? There's Twitch. I haven't done anything on Twitch in a long time. Okay, so, yeah. I got 2 messages here. People ask me what's going on. So, I mean, I can't even see how many people follow me here. How do I figure that out? Channel creator dashboard. Here we go. Let's go to the creator dashboard. Okay. Anyway, so what's the big deal about me going on Twitch? I'm curious about that. Okay. And I did miss your question. I've answered it now. Oh my God, thank you, says Lindy. Okay, well, all right. I didn't see your link. People must have found it. Oh, you like the hat, Philip. Okay, cool. Oh, I look like Heidi from the Mountain's grandfather. Okay. Ronaldo's desperate for attention. Doge is awesome. Yeah, I think so too. You should wear that hat on all your streams. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's pretty... Okay. All right, thank you. That is at 2:04. Wow, I'm 5 minutes behind. Sorry, I'm 5 minutes behind here. There it is. Pretty painted petals. Okay, where's that? Is that on... Where was that? Instagram? Instagram? Okay. All right, cool. Let me save that so I have it here. Give me a text file. Okay, there we go. All right, thank you for sharing that. So I can't get to Instagram right now because I'm not logged on this computer. Okay, Ronaldo just told me you're my lost grandpa. Okay, Heidi. What is afternoon shot? Is that a take on morning shot, or has he tried something new? Played on Google Earth and only now realize U.S. is 8 times the size of South Africa and even bigger than Australia. Yep. Sure is. Okay. Sure is. What program you use for streaming? Streamlabs OBS. I have OBS, but I only use it in a backup. I use Streamlabs OBS, and it's had problems. But you have to pay for multi-streaming. What is Twitch? Exactly. I'm not busy right now. If you want, I can make a website. A website for what? Culinary Pirates. Please tell me a website for what? Twitch made me think of the old mixed messages and BlackBerry messages. Russia has no interest in ANC except for using it for its own benefit. I agree. You can multi-stream. I think which should mainly use YouTube for best reach. Yeah, I know, but that's why people want me to multi-stream. I don't know why. I want to draw people here, not draw on other accounts. I do multi-stream the Common Sense Conservatives. I do that on Twitter, on Rumble, and on YouTube simultaneously on my original channel. So every Wednesday night, the live stream for the Common Sense Conservatives from WSMM from 7 to 9 Eastern time, which would be 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. in South Africa. And in Europe, that is on Twitter, Rumble, and on my original YouTube channel. So that one I do because someone else is providing the restream. Censorship is the end of the planet. An nest egg for false information remain unchallenged. Well, Spikerhun, you're throwing all kinds of false information in the chat. That's funny, man. Yogwolf, Huntwolf, even Dr. Disrespect ditched Twitch. I don't even know who Dr. Disrespect is. What's your opinion of Jeffrey Sachs? I don't have a very high opinion of Jeffrey Sachs. He's a smart guy, but Jeffrey Sachs thinks the world's problems can be solved if we all just give $1. If we all just give $1 to the poor. Here, just give $1 a month and there'll be no poverty. That's ludicrous. There will always be poverty. Why? Because people make stupid decisions and humans respond to impulses. People will always abuse alcohol and drugs or gamble and therefore get themselves in trouble and therefore resort to crime to get themselves out of trouble. People will always abuse their spouses, partners, and their children. So they'll always be in trouble there. People will always make dumb decisions. Always make dumb decisions. You cannot regulate stupidity out of society. You can try, but you cannot do it. Giving people money will not end poverty. Redistributing wealth will not end poverty. These are the fantasies of leftists who do not understand the psychology of our species. We are a species driven by wants and desires. We respond to rewards and punishments as a species, as do all species. If a dog pisses on your carpet and you smack him on the nose and rub his nose in it, he stops doing it. It's mean, but it works. If your child speaks inappropriately and you punish them by smacking their bum, most children will stop doing that. And if you reward a child, good job at school. Here's extra allowance money. Oh, you get to go to the football game tonight. Yes, because you got high marks. People respond. We are motivated. Very few people on this planet do things entirely out of the goodness of their heart. But even those people do it because they think they're achieving something higher. They're getting an endorphin release from doing something to benefit other people. Nobody does simply things just for the sake of doing it. All right? Right, even me, I do this because I'm trying to make the world a better place, but that makes me feel better about myself. That makes me feel I'm making a difference to make the world a better place. So that's a payoff. We're not robots. We don't just do things. People are motivated by inducements and by punishments. And that's the bottom line here. And Jeffrey Sachs doesn't get that. He tries to boil things down to the simplest common denominator. Just give everybody $2 and the rent will end poverty. It's moronic. Jeffrey Sachs doesn't live in poverty. He's lived a rich, privileged life. I've lived in poverty. I've been around poverty. I've seen it up close and personal. I know what it's like to go days without a meal because you have no money. I know what it's like not to be able to do things, participate when everyone else is doing because you can't afford it. I know what it's like to live off of public assistance as a child. I know that. Food stamps, free lunches, welfare cheese. I know what that's like. I also know what it's like to see poverty up close and personal in Africa and other places. People like Jeffrey Sachs have no clue. They live in a fantasy world. Smart guy, smart economist, but stupid when it comes to ending poverty. Did I answer that question? Johan DeToit says, thank you. You're welcome. Trump has instructed Congress to include no tax on tips. Yes. Do I agree? Yes. I also agree with no tax on Social Security benefits. That's a disgrace. That never should happen. You've already paid tax. You put the money in, and that was the tax. Why are you being taxed on the money you get back out of it? It's supposed to be your money coming back to you. That's just bullshit. They've been stealing money from Social Security recipients for 35 years, and it needs to stop. So no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security benefits. And I would go one further. No corporate tax. Boom. Done. But that's not going to happen. Marissa doesn't like Twitch. Oh, no, Gideon, no. If you don't know if you're related, I don't think you are then. Okay. Oh, Ants, thank you for reminding me about your birthday. Come on, dude. I can't remember everything. I'm getting old, right? According to Ronaldo, I'm old. Ants, happy birthday to you. Here's Ants' birthday. Can we get some love in the chat for Ants? We got still 496 people who haven't abandoned us for Ronaldo. He should be off the air. Where'd they go? Maybe it's past their bedtime. Is it past their bedtime? Is that what's going on here? Ronaldo Sec chat. Let's see if he's still alive. No, he's done. So they shouldn't be there anymore. There's 21 people watching Ronaldo right now. So where did they go? They just disappeared. Many top YouTubers are moving to Rumble. No censorship there. Yeah, Rumble sucks, Tony. Rumble sucks. The live streaming is delayed by like 45, 50 seconds. You can't hold a conversation. You can't respond to things in real time. The payment system is garbage. I've never received anything from them. I have payments, but they don't pay me. The money's sitting in the account. I never get it. It's just the only people who go to Rumble are people who are famous. If you're famous, you go to Rumble. I'm on Rumble. Nobody's there. 613 followers. 651, I think it is. Yeah, so I it's there. See messages gets double sent glitch in YouTube. I don't see that, Pete. I don't see any double sent message. It must be on your screen. Refresh your page. Nobody wants tax. Well, tax is necessary, but what kind of tax is the question? How much is the question? I'll do it and send it through. Just need the domain name. Culinary Pirates, I know what we're talking about, man. You want to start a website for me? Also, not a lot of Afrikaans people just aren't that tech savvy. The younger crowd is TikTok brain. Yeah, well, I'm on TikTok, but that's also a corrupt platform. Celestial Khan, I was wondering. Come back here. Come back here. Damn it. YouTube. Quit doing that. Oh, God bless it. Okay, I don't know where that went. I'm so far behind now because of this stupid thing. Andre says, what about Rumble? I think I just answered that. What program do you use for streaming? Are you streaming? What program do you use for background of the camera? All right, what do you mean background of the camera? That's my background. That's my house. That's my studio. I don't use any green screen on air unless I'm using Zoom. Then sometimes I use it. Okay. All right. That's where I was before. What is Tampa Bay area of Florida like? It's all right. It's all right. It's the only part of Florida other than Tallahassee that I actually like, but I don't care for Florida. Okay, Jeffrey Sachs answered that. Okay, many top YouTubers. That's where I was at. For cons, I was just wondering, it can be an extra revenue stream if you stream both at the same time. Well, maybe Celestial Combo. You make a good, or Concerto. You make a good point, because if it's a different crowd that's over there that's not going to come here anyway, then I could make money. Yeah, but again, I didn't do this to make money. This wasn't about making money, and I'm making a little bit right now from the super chats and from the ad revenue. The ad revenue has been nice of late, but it doesn't compensate me for my time. So I didn't do it for the money, but I suppose at some point maybe I should consider that. Yeah, but thank you for the input, Celestial. I do appreciate it. I have a Twitch account. It's just that. It's such a censorship place. They were so fickle that it's just a place that, you got to be really careful there. Yep. So, and so much has changed since I was last into. I have 3 followers on Twitch. 3 followers. Your mother-in-law's twitching. I came to a conclusion about 3-leaf clover, and the ANC stole the 4th. That's what happened, Johan. I didn't want to tell anybody, but the ANC stole my clover. Okay. No, and I appreciate Celestial Concerto, the concern and interest. Thank you. Lindy says, you're an amazing human. Thank you for everything. You're welcome, Lindy. It's my pleasure. Be cool in leather with the breathing holes, especially in color. See, Spiker, what is that? It's just random. Very tech savvy, says Marissa. Okay, does it help your reach if at all if we click on the hearts? Oh, that does, yeah. No, Heike Maori. Boy, that almost looks like a combination of Japanese and Finnish. Hikimori. I guess it's Japanese. Yeah, if you hit the hearts and those things, that's engagement. That does have an impact. Oh, this is frozen. YouTube again froze on me there. I didn't even realize that. Okay, let's go over here. Did you guys like the banner? I used AI to make that banner for St. Patrick's Day. I liked it. So, all right, where are we at here? We only drink OBS. It does help with the reach. Problem with Twitch is it only has your stream on for 2 weeks. I didn't know that, Kevin. That's news to me. Okay. What would we have done with Chris as a resource for news? Probably believe mainstream. Yeah, you probably would have. News article, News 24 is saying that sissy farmers haven't been this optimistic in years. Really? Is that what it says? News 24. Let me go to News 24 and see where that story's at. That's funny. Oh, there it is. Oh, most optimistic in 14 quarters. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Gotta do a video on that now. I gotta do a video on that thing now. That's funny. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, AI creators. Yeah, Clover is an Irish thing. Realistically, what would the U.S. response be if EFF and that Mehmet idiot actually does protest the embassy? Nothing. Oh, if they damage? Oh, well, then there will be repercussions for that. Yep. But they're not going to do anything about them protesting. They're allowed to protest. It's their prerogative. We have no objection to people protesting. Laws don't endanger public safety. Off to bed, says Arno. Have a good night. Thanks again. Nice to catch you every evening. Take care, Daniel. People have disappeared on me here. Poverty is a state of mind. I agree. Is this the McDonald's drive-thru? Would you like a Shamrock Shake with that? Need a 4-leaf clover again, okay? Explain how PayPal works. Can money be kept there? Oh, yeah. Yeah, money can stay there forever, G9. I have money in that account. I use it to facilitate payments on things sometimes because it's quicker and easier. And they used to have no fees for foreign currency. Now they have a small fee. But it's, yeah, you can leave your money in there and you can transfer it to a bank account. So my PayPal account is linked to a bank account. And I can transfer money from my bank account or use a credit card back and forth. So PayPal works great. Elon Musk, PayPal. It's great. I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying it works great. They also have bank. They actually have a formal bank now, at least in the U.S. You can actually get banking services through them, but I don't do that. I just use it as a place to park money and move money. It's very handy. Dr. Spec, online American gamer, 2-time online champion. It's my side no hobby. Champion of what? What is he a champion at? Minecraft? Lamola threatening a minority that once found that foreign occupation, their safety will not be guaranteed. Yep. Send me an example. Okay, all right. Why is it not challenged? May I discern that it's automatically true? Spike Run, what are you talking about, man? Dude, I think you sit around and drink unfind all night. Correct, Chris. Poverty is a part of humanity as people are motivated and work. Yep. In South Africa, it's not allowed. Okay. Casado wants ANC to expel U.S. ambassador. There is no ambassador. My thoughts, Peter Pretorius, they're morons. I saw that. I should have made a video on that. There is no U.S. ambassador to expel. There's no deputy chief of mission to expel. We have no representative in Pretoria. We have a charge d'affaires, which is likely a political officer. I don't know who it is, but nobody even knows who that is. There's no ambassador to expel. And there's no basis to expel an ambassador. But it's up to the government South. If they want to do that, that's their prerogative. But if you think that expelling an American ambassador when we have one there is going to be a good answer, then you really, really do not get the danger that South Africa finds itself in. Not you. I'm talking about the Casado. Yeah, they used a clover to explain the Trinity. That's right, Peter. I haven't heard that story in a long time. Have you been to Belgium? Yes, I've been to Belgium dozens of times. Free stuff only gets squandered, no appreciation. Exactly. Welfare does not fix poverty, it creates entitlement. Exactly. Money are like tools. The more you use it to build. Okay. We were the bread basket of Africa, sent millions of tons of wheat. It could have just been trade related. Okay. Belgium made the best guns because of socialist democracy. No, they made the best guns because of private enterprise. Handouts don't cure poverty. That's right. If you have children, taxes do benefit you. What's this? Snow Angel Husky. If you have children, tax do benefit you US if you send them to state school, better known as government school salary. I don't know what you're trying to say, Snow Angel. You're saying if you have children, taxes benefit you? Yes and no. I don't have children in school, and I pay a fortune, and I've never had children in school here, and they've got money from me for years. You can make the argument that I do get something from it, a social good, because we don't need functionally illiterate people entering the workforce like you have in South Africa. So we do need schools that educate kids, and that is a social good, and therefore the taxes that I pay are beneficial in the long run. One can make that argument, and I won't dispute that argument. Just what I'm saying is what they charge me for taxes are outrageous. It's 3 times what I pay for taxes in Ohio for the same quality of education. That's why I'm upset. Helen said a few people would come to America, a lot of people. Okay, well, we'll see. Cosato needs to wake up. There's no ambassador at the moment for... Yeah, exactly, Tomahawk, exactly. Why would Jews hate St. Patrick's Day? It has nothing to do with them. Little Miss Know-It-All, Mariska Visser, happy birthday to Ants. Everyone's saying, okay, let me skip past the birthday greetings there. Shawnee, energy prices. We have our sewer process going up in town. We keep hot water thermos filled. Okay. Look at South Africa as the best example of sitting on your ass and getting social grants from few taxpayers and mostly hated. Yeah, exactly, Anita. Exactly. Just want to turn off my brain and watch Demolition Man. Oh, that's a great movie. All right, Strauss is out of here. Good night, says Anita. Okay. Colonel, are you going to a St. Patrick's Day party later? No, I don't go to parties. Except when I'm traveling and I'm invited. Only if I don't have to drive. The R in Russell. Yeah, people keep saying that. They keep saying that about that. Gosh, we've been out for 2.5 hours. I didn't realize it's been that long. Nearly 5,000 people have tuned in. Where are the other 14 people to get us to 5,000? The average view is 16 minutes. We peaked at 838 viewers, and then Ronaldo stole all my viewers. Bastardi. Yeah, he stole my viewers, man. And look at Barbie's leaving now. Oh, Barbie, don't go. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, touch me everywhere. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Ha, ha, ha. I'm a blonde bimbo girl in a fantasy world. Touch me here, touch me there. I'm your dolly. Oh, Barbie's leaving, man. The G-Man's leaving. Oh, where are you all going? Oh, where are you going? Is Mpofu Walsh doing a live now? Are you all going to go watch Mpofu Walsh? Is that what's going on? Why is everybody leaving my program to go watch Mpofu Walsh? There goes the cat. I love that song, Aqua. Why do you think the Iran thing is going to influence the U.S.? It directly influences the relationship. That's one of the reasons why they find themselves in trouble. How's the Gulf of America doing? Well, it's still there, Cam, but I call it the Gulf of the Americas. And real tonight, there was no refugee questions. Yeah, that's true. We didn't have any. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's because no new people are finding the channel because YouTube has hidden it. That's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. Alrighty, folks. We failed to achieve our target of 20 super chats, which was just for fun anyway. But thank you for the super chats. Amazing on your taste in metal. Pellick did an amazing cover, my opinion, of Barbie Girl. Girl Scouts love to be prepared, but unfortunately the way they run the program these days aren't teaching real skills exactly. Cotton Eye Joe. Yeah, I love Cotton Eye Joe, man. That's good stuff. Where did you come from? Where did you go, Cotton Eye Joe? We used to, at the Hershey Bears games, they would do the Cotton Eye Joe thing. And there's one guy who was in the corner in the stands and they had a season seat, and he'd get up and he'd stomp his feet and do that dance, that Cotton Eye Joe. It was awesome. They used to put it on the screen because he was so funny. Well, and one time I forgot about him, and I was sitting right in front of him, and I'm like, there the camera came. I'm like looking over my shoulder, and he's dancing. I don't know why Mexico or America want to claim a place that we're great. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why we want to claim it either. Borbul says that grin says he's either plotting a St. Patty's Day prank or just really happy about this hot water thermos strategy. Casado hating America, but bragging with the Ford Rangers they drive. Exactly. It's like Juju complaining about the evil colonizers while he drives a Range Rover and wears Breitling watches and $10,000 suits. Yeah. Can Biden be arrested for using AutoPen? No, because he didn't use it. Someone else used it. No, he can't be arrested for that. No. Biden's not going to go to jail. Chicken mayo and vapes. Nope, no vaping. Sorry, it's a bad habit. People are like, it's better than smoking. Yeah, well, okay. Porn's a better habit than gambling, but both are bad. Ons gaan brei. No. Chris, chicken mayo. Okay. Colonel, what's your neighborhood today on your short update about the tents? Huh? Earl Abraham Kalk, I'm not answering that question. Did you like the video? Job titles are different in America, especially if you look at job description examples. Yeah, exactly. That's why when people give me these titles, I'm like, what's that? I don't know what that is. Lynette DeVette, 21 super chat. 20 rand. Yeah, that's right. Vape if you want chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder, COPD. Yep. My cat is looking at me with her head to one side while you're singing Barbie Girl. Let's go, Barbie. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. So where's Biden now? Well, Hunter Biden is in Cape Town in a 5-star resort. Yeah, he's living it up. Pennsylvania's growing, man. Nice video. Thank you for that. Okay, but not many people have watched it. That's killing my algorithm. See, you guys, people say, can you show us videos about America and tell us about things? And I do good things, and then the damn thing doesn't get any views, and it kills the algorithm. Who's dad, Tomahawk? Henrik Verwoerd, way back when, so much of what he said in that interview came to be true today. I don't know where his dad's at. Yeah, not Joe Biden, but Hunter. Hunter's in South Africa. You guys don't know that? The origin of most hurricanes in America is actually in Africa. They start clouds and lightning. Oh, great. Thank you, Cam. So we get hurricanes from Africa? No. Actually, most hurricanes in America start in the Caribbean from the warm air and the cold Atlantic. The two meet. Tried to find some of Hunter's wife today. Very little. Yeah, who cares about her? Currently quitting using 0%. Okay, good job, Mr. Fox. Love that clip on tents. Ooh, there's the wind. People going to blow the tents away. I like it. It's not for you. It's not for you, Afrikaners. These are not the droids you're looking for. It's not about America. It's about Israel. The ANC is against Israel's apartheid government. What's not about America, Jonathan? Did you miss the broadcast earlier when I ran through the slides of all the things they've done against America's national interests? Israel wasn't one of those things mentioned. Yeah. So anyway, oh my word, says Mariska. Hunter is here to find Robin Island to show where his dad really is. Your mom smoked for 52 years. Tammy Bruce press conference, State Department. Oh, really? Okay, let me go to Department of State press conference. Okay. Press briefing. Okay, let's go there. Let's go to that. Nothing there. Let's go to the YouTube channel. Oh, is she talking now?
People, we know where that sits. It sits with Hamas. We know that within the ceasefire, and why we fight for the ceasefire
Let's go there.
Want it to continue is in fact to make sure that food and aid is moved into that region. The United States has led the way in that regard. We also know that at this point, when it comes to the nature of what Envoy Witkoff has worked on and what all of us still focus on.
When did she talk about South Africa?
Making sure that there's a situation on the ground that allows food to get to the people who need it, that allows aid to move through to the people who have been suffering because of the choices that Hamas has made throughout the years. And that is what we continue to work on. So everyone, certainly it's a concern, and that is why we continue to work to make sure that aid can get to the people who need it. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Follow up that?
Yeah.
The Syrian Interim Authority last Thursday approved a new constitution. It has granted likely no rights for the minority like Kurds and Druze in Syria, and has been rejected by these minorities, labeling it against the democracy. What's the U.S. view on that constitution? And does anyone in this department connected with the new Syrian Interim Authority? Do you have any engagement with them?
You know, again, when it comes to diplomatic engagements, situations as fluid.
All right, well, that doesn't help me. When did it happen? I mean, this thing's been going for a while. I'll go back. You have to tell me. So Cam says all 5 boroughs were founded by the Dutch. New York itself was founded by the Dutch. Yeah, my ancestors. My ancestors founded New Amsterdam. They were Dutch. That's correct. You are correct. Yep. And that family became known as the Wyckoff family. So I'm going to go back and see if we can't find this. Starting soon. 59 minutes. Okay, well, it's not that much. 47 minutes. 40 minutes. 36 minutes. Oh, that's good news. I mean, there's not much there. So 29 minutes. Nothing. There we go. She started about 25 minutes ago then.
Hi.
See if I can jump ahead and find it.
All right. How are you doing?
Well,
Matt Lee.
how are you?
Nice to see Andrea Mitchell here again. Thank you, ma'am.
Andrea Mitchell.
I'm here after a rather big trip. All right. So are we? We're set. Everybody good? Great. So I'm going to start with a little bit of a statement here today. Welcome aboard, everyone. Nadia, nice to see you. During my first briefing, I said that under President Trump, peace through strength is back. That was clear from day one under this administration. The 11 days since my first briefing have further proven it. In an important advancement for peace, America's top diplomat, Secretary Marco Rubio, and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz traveled to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, to meet with for playing a pivotal role in this that uses to fuel conflict in things to discuss. And I see it all on your faces. But it is good to be back. I've been away for, I don't know, 10 days now or so, but I'm looking forward to answering your questions. We will begin again.
Tammy Bruce.
With Matt Lee.
Thank you, Tammy. I had 3 processy kind of questions, but for the sake of my colleagues, and I know there's a lot to ask, I'll break it down to 2. They'll be very brief.
All right.
1, on the South African ambassador, who the secretary declared PNG on Friday.
Sure.
The South Africans seem to be a little bit miffed that they learned about this from a ex.
That's not how they found out about it.
I understand there was a meeting at which a formal diplomatic note
Correct.
Yes.
handed over. Can you, what day was that, the meeting?
Well, it was the same day
So
of
Friday.
the announcement, yes.
Friday,
So after
5:30.
Secretary Rubio made his decision, our senior level diplomats convoked the South African embassy staff for an in-person meeting at the State Department. At this meeting, our officials delivered the official notification of Ambassador Rasool's persona non grata status, and it was done.
Okay, and I understand that his privileges and immunities expire today, and then he has to leave by Friday?
That's right. So
Correct.
he has for these 3 days that passed, he's had his privileges, but those did expire today, And he has, technically, it's a week from the notice, and so that expires now on Friday.
Okay.
Yep.
He'll need to be.
No, I can't turn it up. Why do you always ask these questions?
And then,
Jesus.
My second one is what you mentioned before on the AEA, the Alien Enemies Act. As you know,
Folks, why are you guys always asking me? Do you think I intentionally keep the volume low? This is the source. I have no control over it. I've got my thing redlining out here. It's up as high as I can get. I'm not striking out at you, Rihanna. It's very frustrating when people always ask me for this. Do you think I intentionally leave the volume low? No, it's as best I can do. It's because it's a source. It's a shit source with a low output of volume. It's turned up all the way on my browser. It's turned up all the way in my streaming software. I have my volume cranked up. So now if you hear somebody become a subscriber, it's going to blow my ears out because my volume, my speakers is turned up all the way. You turn your volume up. I don't know why people expect me to turn the volume up. Turn your volume up. Okay, let's see what else they're going to ask. That was a good question. I'm going to use that.
now covered by the Foreign Sovereign Immunities Act.
The American public, it's an important thing to do. Everything we know that the Trump administration is doing, certainly President Trump himself and his team, is in the interest of the United States.
I understand that,
And Secretary Mitchell, please.
This is related to
Sure.
immigration issues.
Sure.
And peace through strength.
Sure.
Does Secretary Rubio believe that if Afghanistan is among the countries that...
What a come down. Angry Mitchell. Boy, she was such a huge part of the NBC, I think it was NBC, and now she's just sitting in a State Department briefing. This is what junior reporters do. Wow, she's really come down.
And that he's charged with any crime and holding his passport and not permitting him to return home.
And to be known, but we have a standard and a protocol here that we won't discuss a private situation, a private case. Certainly when it comes to diplomacy, diplomatic relationships between one country and another, I'm not gonna go into those details. All right, Sean.
Thanks. Can I go back to South Africa? The
Here we go.
ambassador.
Sure.
The secretary, of course, had his ex posted on Friday. Can you explain a little bit the reasons? It's quite an extraordinary step.
No, it's not.
I was looking back. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, even in the height of tensions with Russia, there was no expulsion of the ambassador and no PNG there. What is it? I mean, essentially, this is remarks that the ambassador made at a think tank or at a conference that were critical. What I'm getting is, should other ambassadors be on alert? Can not criticize President Trump without fear of being expelled?
Well, I think it's not about
Trump
criticism. This was the equation of the president and the country with white supremacy. It was an allegation that casts such an awful light on the nature of the country, on individuals. It is. I mean, if we don't have a standard about the nature of someone who is in this country, who is supposed to be a diplomat to help facilitate the relationship between two countries, and that this is the standard of it, well, you know, we deserve better. We've had a decent level of diplomacy with South Africa. There are some challenges, but you want people in each embassy who can actually facilitate a relationship. And these remarks were unacceptable to the United States, not just to the president,
to the people of America,
to every American.
Yep.
They were pretty much obscene when it came to the nature of what was alleged. So that is, I think, at the very least, what we should expect is a standard of some respect, basic low-level respect, if you're in a position that is going to help facilitate any kind of diplomatic relationship with another country. This particular individual certainly didn't meet that standard, and it is a message to people of what America expects, what the president expects, what the Secretary of State expects, what this whole administration expects when it comes to treatment of the nation itself and as a result of the people in this country. And so that's why it was done.
Sure, could just expand on that. South Africa today said that it wants to have a better relationship with the United States.
Then why do they keep insulting us?
I mean, there's been other. The Secretary of State aware from the G20. Are you of the view that South Africa can repair the relationship despite the criticism that's come from this building?
Well, I think both the President and the Secretary of State have made it clear what the problems are and what they have an issue with when it comes to South Africa. The unjust land expropriation law, as well as its growing relationship with countries like Russia and Iran, It is prompted. That's what prompted the serious review.
Yes, she's wearing
our
green.
South Africa policy, which continues to be underway. They have taken also the South African government aggressive positions toward the United States and its allies, including accusing Israel, not Hamas, of genocide.
She's reading the
in
executive order.
Court of Justice, and reinvigorating its relationship with Iran to develop commercial, military, and nuclear arrangements. So this isn't one just of demeanor or decorum, however they add into it. This is a matter of a nation that is, we've again made it very clear, taking steps that are not in the interest, the best interest of providing a safe, secure, more prosperous America, let alone world, when it comes to the decisions they're making. So all of this is under review, but obviously part of it is, within the diplomacy of it, is to encourage a change in policy and posture. Of course that would be the point. The point is to encourage a change. What I've seen with the trips we've made with the diplomatic adventures, of course, as well as the G7 summit in Canada, is the nature of the Secretary of State is to make things better for people. It is not to punish or to target people or countries. It's the nature of changing policy and creating better environments for all of us. And I've seen that in motion in every dynamic. And that's the case here with South Africa as well. Nadia, yes.
Thank you so much, Tammy. Good to see you. I have a couple of questions. On Yemen first, what is the U.S. strategy regarding Yemen? Is it degrading the capabilities of the Houthis?
You can see where people are coming from, why they're asking the questions. Yeah, okay, so yeah, on the microphone reverb, well, you have to tell me there's reverb because that means YouTube's out of sync or your stream is out of sync with what's live. So when it's live, you don't get the reverb. So, but that isn't the problem. The problem is the volume is low. So that's what's going on here. The problem is I can't hear her when I'm talking if I do this. So, you can't fix everything. The option is for me to put an earpiece in, but I'm not going to do that because we weren't planning on covering this. Anyway, that's two good questions. I'll download those and use those for analysis videos later on. So thanks for the heads up about the State Department briefing. I do appreciate that. It's kind of you to tell me that. Jan says, what I learned when you ask a question, you have to be very specific. Otherwise, not understand. It's not a question of understanding. I'm not going to answer questions that are vague or all-encompassing that you're not specific. Because what people do is trolls come on the program to throw a wide open question out there to get a snippet and sound bites so they can use it, make false claims against me and try to tarnish my reputation. So if you have a question, be very specific. If I'm able to answer it, I will. If I'm unable, I'll tell you I'm unable. You have to be clear about what you're asking for. Well, what do you think of this? That's not really helpful. Morning shot a while back, our politician saying a Jewish guy that will never wear a Hitler shirt with you. I don't know what you mean by that, Martin. What about Operation Iraqi Freedom? On the 10th, this day, 10 in Uruguay. Still not even one traffic light out of order. Oh, Alexander, you're living in Uruguay. Got it. You're a Green Warrior today. Yeah, that's true. Wow, she actually mentioned it. Makes their position very clear. Yeah, well, that's what I've been saying since February 7th. And I'm being targeted by South Africa's media. There's the answers right there. They just choose to have cognitive dissonance. I don't need to hear about this Yemen thing, so let me jump ahead here.
Include.
But the actions that we take and the decisions we make are not about content. It's about actions that are occurring, and certainly in that particular. Of course, it's just happened. Carrie Lake, that are alive today, and that is what we continue to work on.
And rebuilding.
I have one more
question.
Thank you, Tammy. Just to follow up quickly on what Hamara was saying about USA GM, Radio Free Asia,
that has led the way from the very start of radio, of making sure that voices are heard.
Giving aids, military aids to Ukraine. So,
okay, looks like she's done. That's some good news there. I can get out of there. Let me close all this down. So that's the State Department briefing. Somebody's saying that she's not, Carolyn Levitt's better at it. Well, this isn't Carolyn Levitt, folks. This is the State Department. There's always the State Department. Used to have that admiral from the Biden regime who was there. So, yep. Is it there? Oh, still on, so I got to wait till it finishes. Yeah, so it's a State Department briefing. That's why she's giving the briefing. So there you go. All right, some good sound bites there. A couple I'll use for a couple videos. I'll do that analysis. We'll get on top of that. So cool beans. Yeah, Neville says, I think South Africa's over. The crazy thing is Iran was pretty Western in the 70s. Well, that was when the Shah was there. Local politicians say he will wear a T-shirt to the next meeting because the speaker allowed a Jewish guy into the meeting. Oh, okay, that's clear, Martin. Okay, thank you for that. Well, that's just stupid. Flux capacitor, I feel for you, Chris. People want to be spoon-fed, don't do their own research. Yep, just watch the politician from South Africa telling a South African Jew he wants Hitler back. It sounds like someone else is talking about that. Where do you guys watch that? Helen Zilla, DA, now has his own Durko to preach DA's own foreign policy. We were in the U.S. recently to meet the Trump madman, and we went there to contradict what Lamola and Cyril have been saying. Well, yeah. Well, there you go. So will they charge you with treason? No, that's the DA was here. I know. Emma Powell was here. I interviewed Emma Powell. You can find that interview on my channel. She was a very good conversation, and I enjoyed that immensely. And it was very productive. But a lot of people attacked her. I don't know why. Stop being silly. She just the messenger. Sorry for everyone who still thinks everything is okay in South Africa. It's going to be tough going forward. Yep, Roxy, I think you're right about that. People have cognitive dissonance. They don't want to believe the truth, and that's unfortunate for them. So, yep. All right. So let's see. 5,300 people been here. Starting to feel sorry. Yeah. So I got a lot of work to do today, folks. I got to make a lot of videos apparently based on everything that's going on. Trying to remember if I had something to do today, but I can't remember. Canthan Pillay is supposed to be on the program tomorrow. Let me just double check on that and see if I got my days right. Canthan. Okay. Canthan. Okay. Yeah. It's tomorrow the 18th. Yep. He'll be on early. So he'll be on 2 hours early. So 4 o'clock East South African time. Canthan Pillay will be on for our Iconic with Canthan and Chris. Yep. Okay. Scared if my family wants to stay here. Hey, Roxy. Linda says, good night. Thanks for tonight. Love the singing and the outfit. You're welcome. Gives me hope. I'm glad we're still on their minds. There's so much they have to deal with. Understandably, the message is clear. South Africa is not in their good books. You are correct about that, Lindy, and with good reason. With good reason. Okay, everybody's dropping off now, so I guess that's your message to me. It's time to go, huh? I sent you the link on my last WhatsApp, the Joel Pollock interview. By the way, saw that relationship say was the best I've seen yet. Well, I thought my content was better. The Cafe Clutch group is one we put together for listing videos. You're welcome to join it if you want. G9, go ahead and send a request. Okay. Proud Neanderthal says, no, what? Don't go. Oh, I thought you guys were saying goodbye. What refugee question? I saw Aretha Swartz said she asked a refugee question, but I never saw her question. See, you're all leaving now. Look at this. People say they're leaving. Make your mind up. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? Well, Retha, ask your question. We're here. You take your keyboard to bed and I'm still faster. No, don't go. You need to get to work. I'll go watch NASCAR. It's NASCAR, not NASCAR. Okay. I'm waiting for Retha. Is she still here? What's her question? Johan Barkhuizen. Okay. Just getting started, says Jan. I have a similar problem. Family are out of their minds with worry over crime and what becoming. I've run out of ideas. Got you, Nick. You're welcome, Herhard Streidem there. Istafak. NASCAR. It's NASCAR, not NASCAR. Stop saying NASCAR. It's like Nash Bridges. Jump on the life. Okay, is Aretha still here? Let me see if she's still here. Yeah, she's still here. What is your... What is your FG question? I'll send you out. Okay, what is it? Garrett says we love you. Well, we love you back, man. Cool beans. Can I live in tents but no snakes? Absolutely, because St. Patrick has chased the snakes out of Pennsylvania. So you can live in your tent with no snakes. You notice you don't wear this head straight on. You wear it at a crooked angle there. Mash car. Stay. Colonel, I've asked on the Americanas WhatsApp group, how long will it take from application to go? We couldn't possibly begin to answer that, Retha, because there's all kinds of things. Let me explain why we can't answer. Number one, it shouldn't be an absorptive capacity problem because right now there are no refugees coming to America. If the refugee program remains suspended for everybody but South Africa, which is the current situation, then we can absorb as many refugees as we've been able to take from the whole world, but only out of South Africa. So I don't know how many we take in. If we're taking in 100,000 a year, that means we're taking about 8,000 a month in the past. I'm just rough borderline measurement. Let's say we take 5,000 refugees per month. That would mean 5,000 could come as soon as the program's announced and as soon as they're qualified and the background checks are done. So I'm going to guess that's probably going to take, you apply, they do a background check, probably takes a minimum of a month to do a serious background check to make sure you're a safe bet. and then tell you can come. So then a couple weeks after that, maybe 6 weeks afterwards, you get to come here. So the first 5,000 could come in that first 2 months, possibly, but we don't know. Then there's also the problem that maybe the South African government will prove to be difficult with in-country refugee status. They might not let people leave the country. They might try to stop you actively. They might detain you at the airport. They might frustrate you. That would elevate the situation. And if that happens, I don't think it's likely, but if it would happen, then the U.S. would have to take other action. I mean, like flying C-17s into South Africa, or flying them to Botswana and picking you up in Botswana. So there's no way to answer that question, Retha. It's an insane question to answer. Not your question, but the answer is insane because there are too many variables. When a program's announced, when the methodology is announced, when the timelines are announced, with the process announced, then we can answer your question honestly. Anything before that's just pissing in the wind. And when you piss in the wind, what do? You get a face full of piss. It's crazy. I mean, I can't answer that question. I don't know why people you've asked it. It's been asked many times before why people keep asking the same question. I mean, I think it comes from the fact that people just don't understand how things work. Arizona. Well, you can have Arizona. I've lived in Arizona. No thanks. No damn water. It's a desert. All right. So, Retha, thank you. I answered your question. Cool beans. Updating their show online American International Banks that you can open. There you go. There you go, Nell. Well, that's kind of handy. That's actually useful information. Cool beans. Yeah, the logistics of the refugee program are going to be very hectic for refugees and for America. Yep. It's a lot easier when, you're a refugee in Chad, not for the refugees, but for us to take refugees from there because UNHCR has vetted you to some degree. They've registered you, that you've got identity documents, you're in a safe haven, and we just look over your application, look for absorptive capacity is, and then let people come here. So what about the banks? Well, the Americanor's website apparently is putting links for banks that have international. You can open a bank account. So check it out. All right. Okay, now I've answered everybody's questions. Okay, cool beans. Hans Fisser has become... Ooh. Did you hear how loud that was? That's how loud I have my speakers turned up so I could hear Tammy Bruce. So I had to turn my volume up. You got to turn your volume up. Okay. Thank you, Hans Fisser, for becoming a platoon leader. That's awesome, man. He sure is. What a man reminds me of my dad in Amarillo. What's that? What did Roxy say? Elephant. Memory of an elephant. Is that what you're trying to say? Space in my front lawn for a tent or camper van. Yeah. Again, I have crew serve weapons on my property, so you do so at your own risk. No, JP Wolfhard, you don't want Wyoming. Wyoming is not for you. Wyoming is not a good place for refugees. It's dangerous. It's full of racists. It's full of sheepshaggers. It's not safe. You don't want Wyoming. These are not the states you want to settle in. These are not the places you want to go. Did that work? Okay. You don't want to go to Wyoming. What about creating for guys section on the website with all the common refugee questions and your answers so people don't keep asking questions? It won't matter, Zine. It won't matter. They'll still come here and ask the questions. We've already done that. And the Amerikaners have done that. People will still come here. It's fine. I'm happy to answer the questions. But I'm not going to tell you that it's never been asked before. It's just letting people know. So, but nice idea. But people are lazy, man. They jump in here. Ooh, Mr. Carter, will I live in a tent? Mr. Carter, I'm Tian Engelbrecht, and I'm just making up names. If there's anybody named Tian Engelbrecht in the chat, it's not directed to you. I'm Tian Engelbrecht. Hey, Mr. Carter, can I bring my cockatoo? Can I bring my cockatoo from South Africa? Will I be able to bring my birds? Mr. Carter, my name is Seamus McGillicuddy. I'm an Afrikaner. I'm an Afrikaner from South Africa, and I'd like to know if I can bring my hamster. I'm 96. I guess I can't come. Who told you that? Nobody said that. Well, I guess I can't come because my name is Ryan. My mom's an Afrikaner, but my name is Ryan. Do you speak Afrikaans? Ik praat, ja, ik praat Afrikaans. Are you Dutch Calvinist? Ja. Ek is Mickey. Okay. So why aren't you an Afrikaner? Oh, Mr. Kata! Can I bring my farm workers? No. I don't. No, you're not going to live in tents. I never heard Solidarity say that. Sounds like fake news to me. What would you say to states? What would you say is states to avoid? Well, it doesn't matter, Curiosity Nuggets. You can't avoid a state. You go where they tell you to go, or you don't come. Imagine this. Christian Barnard is my name. I'm an Afrikaner, and I'm applying for a refugee status from South Africa. I'm going to come to America with my 5 children. Not my farm workers. Fuck them. They can stay here. Okay. So, Mr. Bernard, we have a space for you and your 5 children in New Jersey. No, I would not take New Jersey. Come again? Not going to New Jersey. You go where they put you. You go where they put you. And it won't be Wyoming. It's closed. Neville Purdon already knows it's closed. You're not going. You're going to go where they send you. But, Mr. Kata, ooh, Mr. Kata. Yes, Horseshack, what is it? I'm a South African Jew. Can I come? Are you an Afrikaner? Horseshack, South African Jew. Big D's Diesel, $10. Thank you for that. And Rion, 35 Rand. Woo! Thank you for that, guys. So, Mr. Kata. Can we make bribe rookies in Tennessee? No! Bribe rookies are a 6-month prison sentence. Didn't you watch my video about tents? If I may ask one question, Referee Brandon, are we allowed to try and work with veterans to help them through maybe? Yeah. Why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't you? People probably welcome that. Yeah. Now, in America, we have, here in Pennsylvania, we have an organization that uses horses. So they have horse farms, horse ranches, and they bring veterans there. And the horses are fantastic. And it's great to help veterans get over their post-traumatic stress disorder, deal with it. Don't look Afrikaans. Rory, that's funny. Isterfark, what did you say was the language? Isterfark, what did you say? You funny. Okay. Hey, Gia, you funny. You want cricket gel? You want cricket gel? You got boyfriend? No boyfriend. You want short or long nails? Short. Honey, that's why you got no boyfriend. You want long nails. Sexy long nails. You got boyfriend?
Or what?
Oh,
Going to
gosh.
misgender me? This is the absolute.
Whoa.
You think me wearing braids is cultural appropriation?
The answer is no.
Whoa.
You think me wearing...
I disagree with. Finally, did I hear that there's a rumor that. So.
Neil DeBeer. Any other time this shows up? No, it's not here.
What? Do you know who she...
Red Panda.
Looks like the...
These rust spots.
Oh, here it is.
Open it, go wash your hand. Alright, thanks, Tammy. Oh, wait, hold on. This one here is a little bit crooked. See that? No, honey, that your finger do like that. Open it, go wash your hand. You have boyfriend? No, I don't have a boyfriend. Honey, why you don't have? You look so pretty, like model, cheerleader, something pretty. You like long or short nail? Short nails, please, thanks. Oh, honey, that's why you don't have a boyfriend. I do for you. Long better. All right, fine. I'll have long nails. Thanks. It's okay, honey. Only $4 more. That's okay. Do you like crystal gel?
What?
What? Do you like crystal gel? I'm sorry, what? Honey, do you like crystal gel for your nail? It's the best thing you can have for your nail. Make look nice. It sparkle like diamond in the sky. Do you like crystal gel? You have boyfriend?
You want acrylic or gel? You want acrylic gel? Oh, sorry, guys. That was too funny. That's too funny. Emotional damage. Yeah. Never mind the weather. As long as we're together, we're off to see the Wild West show. Okay. You thought I was from Pretoria? Wow. That is so funny. Hey, Erica. To all Americaners, website is not yet updated for banking. Please give them time. Okay, they're working on it. Okay, all right, cool. Remember, it's just right now 20 volunteers who are people live in America from South Africa who are working on this. Sounds like she asked, like, you go to jail. You go to jail. So you just want to know if you want acrylic or gel. Give us a 10 to southern border. Amanda's laughing. Okay. YouTube on Judge Napolitano, special interviewing. Lavrov says human rights violations. Oh, thank you. Okay, Judge Napolitano. Okay, that's helpful. Okay, so I'll look for that. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Thank you for finding that. I'll find that, Lavrov. Okay, and I will do something. Man, I got a lot of videos to make now. It's going to take a lot of time. Going to Wyoming. When white people say don't go there, we go there. We should all go to New Jersey. Yeah, well, fewer questions, yeah, but then also getting fewer viewers. So, you know, it's 6 and 1 half a dozen the other there, Lindy. 6 and 1 half dozen the other. Especially funny because I'm married to an Asian that does nails. Oh, culinary pirates. $4 more, honey. You have good time. You're a nice GI. Come eat some barbecue and have a beer. Plenty. Enjoy St. Patrick's Day. Your questions, okay, Retha. Yeah, folks. I'll answer the questions. I've said that. I'll answer the questions. Aretha, your question's fine. There's nothing out of bounds there. You are here, pinned on the world map behind you. Yeah. Break reports coming out of the Revolutionary Guards have been ordered to pull out missile forces on a full state alert. Oh, great. All right, it's happening, man. Being a legal alien will mean we're allowed to enter. Nope, I can't enter Area 51, so why should you be allowed to? Good evening, Chris. Have you received any news, emails that was sent out? No, I got to check from the State Department. Yeah, that's a good reminder. I didn't see anything early this morning, but they might have responded before the day was over. Let me see. That's not the window I want. I want this window. Okay, so let me go to my mail, home. God bless it. Whatever's caught in my throat is not coming out. South. All right, people are sending me emails unsolicited here that I didn't ask for. Okay, let me just do a search on state.gov. So asterisk, state.gov. Okay. Oh, that's not what I want. That's not an asterisk. That's a. Give me. There we go. Nope, nothing. They have not responded. Not responded. That's just weak sauce there, folks. They should have responded by now. That's just weak on the part of the State Department. Best engineering hub in the U.S. They're all over the place, George, particularly around educational institutions. But yeah, Silicon Valley is not necessarily the best engineering hub. It's the best software engineering, perhaps, but not best engineering. No. All right, cool. Lots of videos to make, Chris. So now I'm out. Okay. Yep. It's time to go, folks. All right. Thanks a lot for being here. We're at 3 hours. We're going to wrap it up at 3 hours. Thanks for being here. I'm going to leave you with, we'll do the good diplomacy one. Let's try that one because people haven't heard that one yet. So let's try the, instead of the persona non grata, we'll go to the global diplomacy dance. Okay. Here you go. Thanks, everybody. Hit the like button before you go. Cheers. Thanks for the super chats. Really appreciate it.
Trump struts in golden high-rise hall. Ramaphosa walks where justice called. Two worlds collide like waves on stone. Can't the cracks while standing alone. Shake hands across the endless sea. Build a bridge of unity. Romance blooms where hearts decide. Mend the rift, don't let it divide. Where orange ties meet bulbous and flare. A little humor gives the air. Laughter echoes round the room, turning politics into blue. Shake hands across the endless sea. Build a bridge of unity. Romance blooms where hearts decide. Mend the rift, don't let it Orange ties meet bold bays and flare. A little humor gives the air. Laughter echoes round the room, turning politics into bloom. Shake hands across the endless sea. Build a bridge of unity. Romance blooms where hearts decide. Mend the rift, don't let it divide. From Manhattan towers to Soweto streets, to leaders' minds like jazzed up beats. No time for shade, no space for ire. It's harmony they must inspire. Whisper treaties, roll the dice. Diplomacy spiced with some advice. Two nations rise when leaders care. The future's waiting, are they aware? Whisper treaties, roll the dice. Diplomacy spiced with some advice.